and online at beanbrotherslandscaping.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
For your pest control for your home or business, who you gonna call? Bug Busters. For over 25 years, they've been serving North and South Carolina with the best in professional pest control. Family and veteran-owned and operated. From crawl space encapsulation to termites to wildlife to pest control to structural repair to waterproofing. They do it all. Call 704-732-2227. Online at bugbusters.com. Like them on Facebook, too. Who you gonna call? Bug Busters.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another Friday Night Football edition. A very frigid, frosty, all kinds of words you can describe. It's freezing up here in Hickory, but that's okay. We're playing some football, and it's a state 3A West semifinal. Tonight, we're at Hickory High School as the defending state champions from Hickory, the Red Tornadoes, entertain the North Lincoln Knights. And our broadcast is brought to you by Bug Busters of Lincolnton. They're our title sponsors, and we thank them for sponsoring Lincoln County football all season like they have. And you're listening to us on lincolncounty.com, ktcbroadcasting.com, the YouTube channel, and WCSL in Cherryville. So we thank all of you for joining us tonight. I'm Dave Potter. He's Scott Tudor as always, and we're here for a rematch of a regular season game, and that is the one in the 12-1 record for North Lincoln.
And the fourth time in 2 years, as North Lincoln played them in the second round last year. On, of course, Hickory's road to the state final, and, of course, they're doing a fantastic job again this year. But two teams that know each other pretty well now, the fourth time here in 2 years, so it should be exciting for North Lincoln. Hopefully do a little bit better job than they did first time around.
Hoping the fourth
Take
time's
care of
the
the
charm.
ball. That's right. But as you mentioned, yeah, nice and cool up here. Fans are piling in, and should be a great atmosphere for football.
You know, we're still a half hour from kickoff, but pretty decent crowd considering you're probably not going to want to get out of your car until it's about 30 seconds before kickoff. Bust your way into the gate and sit down. Well, I don't know if I'd sit down on the concrete tonight unless I had a blanket or a heater or something. Or
golf cart heater.
Golf cart heater, or, you know, you could have hand warmers. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
There we go. But tonight, like I said, it's a rematch. These teams met in it was the second conference game, I believe, this year. I can't remember if it was the first or the second, but it was a 60-23 victory for Hickory, part of their 29-game winning streak coming into the game tonight. And that game was punctuated by 6 turnovers by North Lincoln. 6 fumbles, they lost 4 of them, 2 interceptions. You can't do that with Hickory. I mean, this is a team that's just on fire offensively. You don't want to give them any extra chances or short fields.
Exactly, and that's, you know, in the 3 playoff games prior, that's one thing North Lincoln has done a fantastic job of, and that's taking care of the ball. I think they've put it on the ground maybe 2 or 3 times, but then they've only lost the one. If they have any chance tonight, that trend needs to continue.
Yeah, if they get more than 2, they're probably in trouble.
Right.
So coming into the game, Hickory, if you look at the numbers, I mean, it's the only thing I can compare this to. It's like if you're playing Madden football and you've got the cheat codes. They've got 676 points already this year. They've scored 92 touchdowns, 88 offensively. Then they've had a kick return for a touchdown, a punt return for a touchdown, a fumble return for a touchdown, and what did I leave out? An interception return for a touchdown. The only way they haven't scored this year is a safety because they've kicked field goals, they kicked extra points. That's the only way left for them.
Well, let's hope they don't get it tonight.
I'm sure North Lincoln's hoping the same thing. And they've only given up 171 points, and that includes the 48 they gave up last week to Crest, and it was like, ho-hum, we're going to just blow them out in the fourth quarter. And they scored the last 28 points of the ball game.
Unbelievable.
It's just amazing what they're putting up offensively right now. And I think they're really hitting their stride. They've only had 4 games this year where they've been held under 400 yards. And the lowest total of points they've had all year is 32. That was Newton Conover in the second game of the season. So 2 of the 4 under 400 were the first 2 games of the season where you're still trying to iron things out. Since then, the 2 that they didn't get 400 yards, I think they were 378 and 380. So you're going to see some offense because you've got just so many offensive weapons for Hickory. It's just amazing the numbers they put up last week. 612 yards offense against Crest. I don't think that's ever happened to Crest.
No. Especially, and Crest came out of the gates, like I say, we were, kind of obviously watching and listened to a little bit of it as we were broadcasting last week, and that's just unheard of. And wow, I mean, just up and down the field, all over the place, and that would have been a great game to kind of sit and watch. I don't know if I'd like to be a coach of that game.
You didn't want to be a defensive coach for Crest after that ball game, that's for sure. My goodness. They're probably just going, what hit us? And the question would be, what didn't? That'd be probably quicker to answer. I was just looking through Saturday morning, and the stats hadn't been posted anywhere yet that I could find. And I'm just going down through the score tracker feature they have on Max Prep. Somebody from Crest was posting on the scoring plays and if they punted, that sort of thing. And the first 2 touchdowns for Hickory were like 70 yards and 80 yards. I was like, good Lord. And I started looking down through, and there were other big ones, so I added it up. On the 9 touchdown plays for Hickory last week, just those 9 plays, 342 yards offense.
That's just that's the Chico. There you go.
Yeah, that's what it's just some sick numbers. 470 yard passing on only 17 completions. The Hickory, if you let the receivers get open, you're in trouble. There's a chance they're going to go yard on any, just even simple slants.
Right.
Or a little out pattern. They might turn and go.
Yeah, and if you don't get any pressure on Stover, then he's got time to pick you apart even more, which, of course, is going to lead to 9 touchdowns.
Yeah, and an average of 38 yards. An average of 38 yards on the scoring plays alone. It's crazy. So you're listening to the Stadium Pregame Show. We're here in Hickory. It's brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports of Lowell. And we've got some key players to watch. We're going to go through some of those numbers and stats after this. You're listening to Lincoln County High School football on KTC Broadcasting.
Check out the CF Moto All Cylinder Sales Event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get financing as low as 0.99% or rebates up to $1,500. And that's not all. Get Honda bonus bucks. Get up to $1,000 on accessories or a Honda Care protection, or use it for your down payment. But that's not all. Ask about the Yamaha Holiday Let's Ride Sales Event. Get up to $2,000 in customer cash on select models. It's your choice at Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
You can book your tee times online at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden. Just go online at glenoaksgolf.com. Pick out your tee time and book it. Check out their pro shop, snack bar, driving range, and banquet hall. And memberships are available. For more information, call 828-428-2451. Or again, go online at glenoaksgolf.com. And like them on Facebook, too. For over 60 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area, and they continue to do so today. Right now, you'll find a good inventory of dirt bikes, plus 150 and up to 450 models of on- and off-road bikes. See the new 2024 Honda Rebel, along with 4x4 ATVs and side-by-sides, including the Pioneer and the Talon, plus Gold Wings and Trikes. And don't forget about their parts and service department. That's Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com. Tarzan says it's the biggest tree cutting special he's ever seen from J. Douglas Tree Service. Why it's so big, it's driving cheetah bananas. Now, for a limited time from J. Douglas Tree Service, all current customers can take 10% off. But that's not all. New customers get 20% off. Trim it up, cut it down, and they also do stump grinding. And they've just recently added a 75-foot bucket truck. Call 704-689-9459. Again, 704-689-9459 for a free estimate. That's J. Douglas Tree Service.
Back now at David Elder Field here at Hickory High School, and you're listening to the Stadium Pregame Show brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports of Lowell. And let's take a look at some of the key players to watch in tonight's ball game, brought to you by Key Builders of Lincolnton. And we'll start off with a visiting team from North Lincoln.
Yeah, again, of course, as everybody hopefully knows, that North Lincoln is coached by Nick Basil, sitting here at 12-1, 6-1 in the conference, and the only loss is to Hickory, as we mentioned earlier, 60-25. Again, turnovers the keys of that game. They did run for 376 yards, so I mean it was just an idea of take care of the ball.
Yeah, I mean Hickory can be had defensively. Crest has proven that. And North Lincoln had like 460 yards offense that game.
Right.
They just couldn't hang on to the football.
Got to hang on to it.
Yeah.
They've scored 507 points. I've given up 292 and on an 8-game winning streak since that loss. Last year, as we mentioned, they were 8-4, 5-2, third place. But in the playoffs, were able to beat Rockingham in the first round, 50-7, and then came up here, a game that we were able to watch. And they were in that game earlier. Pretty much most of the game.
Quarter, yeah.
And then the third quarter, kind of the same old thing. Hickory then put the gas pedal down and ended up winning 48-28 on their way to, as we mentioned, to a state title. Mm-hmm. I think I'm going to start with the defensive side. Like you say, I know we always talk about the offensive side for North Lincoln, but last week, first half notwithstanding, their defense has really come on. Cade Sturgill, of course, is leading just for the simple fact that he's played more of the games, but he's got 113 tackles, 14.5 tackles for loss. But then, to me, the big key is Ryan Bassani. When he's 100%, he was just a dominant force last week against Ashbrook, and it was needed because Ashbrook had absolutely stopped North Lincoln on the offensive side because I believe they only had 40-something total yards, which is unheard of for
42.
North Lincoln.
Yeah, it's some ridiculous number for them.
Yeah, so for North Lincoln, their defense is going to have to be huge tonight. Brady Rinkus also doing a great job, 70 tackles, 16 for loss, as well as Tim Folk has 72 tackles for loss as well. And again, like I say, we know about North Lincoln's offense. Eli Sipe, the quarterback, has done a fantastic job running that triple option. He's passed for 528 yards, 6 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. That's going to be key tonight. But when you talk about Hickory, again, take care of the ball. And we'll get to that here in a moment. Aaron Doden has 8 receptions, 151 yards, 2 touchdowns. Landon Agee, 3 for 144 and 3 touchdowns. But they do get 22 yards per catch.
Yes.
So it
when they do
will hit you if you're not paying attention.
Exactly.
And, of course, can't talk about North Lincoln's offense without Shannon Wingate. 1,941 yards, so 59 yards tonight. He'll get the 2,000 mark. Has 30 touchdowns. Landon Agee, 97 carries for 981 yards. He has 15 touchdowns. And Tim Folk, 62 carries, 741 yards, 9 touchdowns. And Eli Sipe, the quarterback, has 6 touchdowns himself. So, again, they do a fantastic job running that triple option. And it's going to be key tonight, take care of the ball. Special teams, we've been, this is our fourth playoff game, North Lincoln, and
fifth in a row.
Fifth in a row for us.
Rivalry game, yes.
Yeah. So last week, it was North Lincoln's defense. We keep saying that one of these days, and even it's already helped them, but their special teams, I think, has a chance to win them a game. They always seem to have that advantage on the special team side. Tanner Ayers, the punter, is averaging 39.6 per punt, 8 inside the 20. And, of course, the kicker, Jake Dillingham, 43 out of 46 on the point after attempts, 5 of 7 on field goals, including the 45-yarder in the playoff game 2 weeks ago at West Henderson, which he kicked 3 times. Only counted for 1. And then, of course, out of his 77 kickoffs, 47 have been for touchbacks. And, of course, that's key when teams have to go the long 80 yards down the field. So they're doing a fantastic job. And they're going to, again, just have to play a perfect game in all phases tonight against this very stout Hickory team.
Now, some of the key players to watch for Hickory include quarterback Brady Stober, senior, 162 completions out of 197 attempts. He's completing 82% of his passes. That's just insane. 38 touchdowns, 5 interceptions, 3,238 yards. And the receiving core is just ridiculous. You've got 4 seniors that are their leading receivers. Jamian Little, 51 catches, 16 touchdowns. Ellis Chappell, 41 catches, 10 touchdowns. Demarion Lee, slacker of the bunch here, only 37 catches for 5 touchdowns. And Austin Ballard is 24 catches for 7 touchdowns. So they get you in the air or on the ground. They've thrown for, what was the total I've got here? 48 touchdowns. They've thrown for 40, rushed for 48. It's just amazing what they can pull off. So those are some of the key players to watch, brought to you by Key Builders of Lincolnton. We'll have more, but after this, timeout.
Get more bang for your buck at James River Equipment Company in Shelby, the area's John Deere dealer. Now, when you purchase a John Deere compact tractor and loader, you'll get pallet forks for only $1. That's right, $1. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months. But hurry, the offer ends soon at James River Equipment Company, 703 North Post Road, Highway 180 North in Shelby. Online at jamesriverequipment.com.
Sooner or later, everyone wants to make their home dreams a reality. I'm sure you've seen the television shows and flipped through magazines and you know what you want. Or then again, maybe you're not sure. You know that you want something different and something better. Get started today by contacting the building professionals at Key Builders in Lincoln. Visit the website at keybuildersnc.com and check out their many floor plans. There's one there for you and your family. Key Builders, locally owned and operated at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
And joining us again, and this time it's the 5th week in a row, which is a good sign. Joining us on the Stadium Pre-Game Show, brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell, is the coach of the North Lincoln Knights to the 4th round for the first time ever, Coach Nick Basil. Congratulations on the milestone.
Well, it is a milestone, and we're excited about it, Dave. It's really a surprising thing for all of us. I mean, if we had been told this was going to happen at the beginning of the season, I'm not sure I would have believed it. But what I do know is we have some players and some kids on this team that believe in what we do and have worked hard enough to earn this spot. So, we're excited about being in round 4 and it being the first team in the history of the school to be that deep in the playoffs. But, they can't really consider themselves the best team record-wise yet because they have to win one more to do that. So the 2019 team was also a 12-win team. So, if they want to put themselves on the top of the list, they're going to have to win another one.
Well, to get to that point, you beat Ashbrook last week, 20-10. A good start to the game, but kind of a rough finish here in the second half. What do you take away from that game besides getting the win and advancing to the next round?
Well, there's not much you take away from it except for the fact that you won it. I mean, when you play in the playoffs that deep in round 3, 4, and 5, you're not playing bad football teams. We got a good start on them, but they eventually, picked things up and did some things that caused us some issues. But that's because they're a good football team. It's not no other reason than that. You're not going to beat everybody by 40 points. So it doesn't matter to me what the score is in a game, especially when you're this deep in the playoffs. It's just getting the win. And so I'm really pleased with our defense for holding them to 10 points. They're a very explosive offense. It could score at any time, quick strike, just like the other teams that we played, and like the one we're going to play this week. But offensively, as far as our offense goes, I was, they just made us work a little harder because they've played a South Point twice, and it's not the first time they've played South Point. They got them every year, and so they're used to defending what we do, and so they had a good scheme against it. And we exploited some things in the first half that we didn't get done in the second half, and they're the ones that needed to make the adjustments because they were the ones that were giving up yardage. So they made some good adjustments. We didn't have to make any in the first half because we felt like we were moving it good enough. And then, once you get in the heat of the battle in the second half and trying to adjust on the fly, it becomes tough sometimes. So hats off to their coaches. But at the same time, the bottom line is you come out with a win and advance on, and that's what we're proud of.
So tonight you have Hickory, the defending state champions, 29-game winning streak coming in, and they're putting up some video game numbers in some contests. Now, you played them earlier this year. Now, besides the turnovers, which were an issue in that game, you did move the ball pretty well on them. Is there anything you might do a little differently this time besides hold on to the football?
Well, that's the main thing. There's probably going to be some things we're going to do differently because there's probably going to be some things they're going to do differently. And, it's the biggest, Hickory is the most explosive team that we've seen this year, without a doubt. And they probably are the most explosive team in the state of North Carolina. And they're just that good in some places. They're good defensively. Now, what they're not is they're not as big as what we've had to face all season long. But with their quickness and their aggressiveness, they don't have to be that way. And so their defense is a sound defense, and it's going to be hard for us to move the ball on them, I think, at times because of their quickness and our lack of. I'm not saying we're slow, but we're not nearly as fast as they are. And so, and offensively, everybody knows that their quarterback and their receivers are two of the most explosive, or three of the most explosive athletes in the state of North Carolina, and the quarterback's probably best I've seen in high school. I've said that before, or at least I've seen up close and personal. And then they have a good, solid running game because they've got a big back there that can tote it. And I don't know where their weakness is, Dave, to be honest with you. If they have one, I hadn't seen it. So, but the big thing about us is, we're different. Okay, so they'll have to defend us a little differently. And sometimes, what we do is a counter for explosive teams. And hopefully it'll be enough for us to hang in there for 4 quarters if possible. We did move the ball some in the first game and just shot ourselves in the foot and 7 times. And, two of the fumbles resulted in direct scores because they were scooping scores. I'm not saying we'd have beat them in the first time we played them, but I think the score would have been a little more indicative of 2 good teams playing each other instead of it being so lopsided. So, in order for us to win this game, we're going to have to play completely clean with minimal to no mistakes. And that's the only way we're going to have a chance to win it. And, of course, you can say that about every game you play, but especially in this one, it's more important than a lot of them because sometimes when you're a much better team than the one you're playing, you can even afford to mess up and make mistakes and still win, but not in a game like this one. So, it's a fun night. We're in round 4. We're not just glad to be here. We're in it to win it like everybody else. And if you're not, then you don't deserve to be here. So they'll get our best effort as I'm sure we'll get theirs. And, hopefully we can play it clean. And if we could, get them to turn it over a time or two, that would help us. But But I feel confident about our guys. They're excited about playing. I don't know of a team that's been, just more excited to be there than they are. And but they also want to win too. So you'll get the best effort from us, I think, and then the fans will, and the community will.
Well, we're all looking forward to it, Coach, and hopefully it'll be a really good ball game and turn out the way you want it to.
Well, if we get the W, that's the way we want it to turn out. We sure would like to be in those finals. That'd be a dream come true.
Well, Coach, thank you for joining us, and good luck in the game tonight. And we'll be back with a kickoff here shortly. You're listening to the Stadium Pregame Show, brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports of Lowell, and we thank Coach Basil for joining us.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it, man.
The Red Tag sale continues at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincoln. Now save up to $7,000 off all 2024 Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Also save up to $5,000 on the 2024 Chevy Tahoes. Coming out for all the details, and also all Costco members take $1,000 off. See the all-new 2025 Chevy Trax, Equinox, and Traverse, and the new Buick Enclave and GMC Acadia. Plus Car Bravo pre-owned vehicles. Look for the red tags at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC, 1445 East Main Street, Lincoln. Online at abernathychevrolet.com. The Dodge Black Friday sales event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lincoln. Get in on big performance and receive $11,100 total bonus cash allowance on the new 2024 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. And if you're a Ford brand owner or leasee, you can get $2,000 bonus cash allowance on a new 2024 Dodge Durango. All during the Black Friday sales event at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln.
We're back here on the Stadium Pregame Show, brought to you by Full Throttle Power Sports of Lowell. We're just a few minutes away from the kickoffs. The captains are coming out on the field, getting ready for the opening coin toss. And one thing I forgot to mention when we were talking about key players to watch was they don't just throw the ball at Hickory. They do have senior running back Isaiah Lackey, 173 carries, 1,059 yards, 30 touchdowns. So I guess when it gets close, they just let him punch it in.
You finish it off for us. Go ahead.
We got you down here. You run it in, and that'll be good. And then defensively, they're a little they're not what they were last year. They can give up points. They gave up 48 to Crest last week. They can be they've given up more points than far away more than last year. I mean, they gave up 171. Last year they were just ridiculous numbers until they got towards the later part of the playoffs, like we are now. And then they had a couple games. I believe it was Wes Henderson 42-41 in the state semi, the regional final. Fantastic ball game. So they can give up. They did lose a lot of seniors, and they have 23 seniors on this team. So it'll be interesting to see next year 23 seniors off Hickory's team, including a lot of the skill players that are doing a lot of the damage, and 26 seniors on North Lincoln. It's going to be interesting to see. That's next year, but they're going to look. I think they'll look radically different next year, both teams.
Yeah, like I said, we did see the junior quarterback for Hickory look pretty solid. Again, who's he going to be able to throw to? But, again, that's down the road.
Yep, so this is not the only game in the 3A West. The other game, West Charlotte, the number 8 seed, is going up to Greensboro Dudley. We found out from Kevin Hastings last week, Dudley gave up a touchdown last week.
Oh, hey.
And that's news. They had given up 2 points the whole month of November, and they gave up a touchdown. So they, for the first month this season, they gave up 2 scores to a team. They gave up a score at the beginning of the month, one at the end of the month. October, they gave up 1 score. September, they gave up 1 score, and I think August they didn't give up any. They've given up 22 points all year, so it's going to be interesting to see what comes out of that one, whether Dudley's defense can shut down West Charlotte's offense, which is just blowing people out. They smoked Asheville-Irwin last week, 58-0. And that was the number 1 seed. Wow. You don't usually see that. Then some other games tonight. So let's see, 2A West, Forest Hills is at Brevard. And Monroe's at Shelby. You can hear that game on WOHS, on one of our sister stations. That should be a great ball game. Monroe's always good. Shelby's always good. And there'll be a new champ in 2A this year. Defending champion Reedsville was knocked out by East Rutherford 27-26 in the second round. Last year, in fact, all of the winners were from the West region.
Oh, okay.
1A, Corvian Community is at Mount Airy, 2-time defending state champion. And Murphy is at Mountain Heritage. And in 4A, Huff is at Grimsley, and East Forsyth is at Weddington. Weddington is the defending state champion in 4A. So 3 of the 4 state champions are still alive in the West. So looking at some of the state rankings, Greensboro-Dudley is ranked 10th overall in the state, West Charlotte 11th. That's why that's going to be such a good ball game. 2 very, very good teams. Again, they'll play the winner of this ball game. If it is North Lincoln, it'll be on the road somewhere. They are the 10th seed. They're the lowest seed. The other seeds are 3, 5, and 8, so they are all higher than North Lincoln, should they win tonight. Hickory is 12th. Monroe is 19th. Crest is 25th still after last week. North Lincoln is 32nd, up 8, and Shelby is up 5 spots to 38th. They're up 21 spots in the last 2 weeks. People are going, hey, look at those losses. Oh, wait, look at who they're playing early in the season.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, you know, they always start out, it's kind of like Lincolnton. They start out with a really rough schedule, and then they get into conference and really, then people go, oh, that's what they're like. So we've had the coin toss, and
Hickory won it. And, of course, with this offense, they did not defer. They took the ball, so they will receive and be ready to go here as both teams run through their respective tunnels, their cheerleaders and their bands, respectively, as the horn is going.
Oh, you know what that is? That is a tornado siren. I'm about to get under the desk, living in Oklahoma as long as I did. I hear that, and I'm looking for something to dive under.
Well, we do have our own booth.
Yes, we have our own booth, and there is a desk. I can get underneath it, and, you know, I'm not Helen Hunt. I'm not going to go stand out there and watch it come. Twisters was on again for the 9 millionth time the other night.
We got cows.
Same cow. So we're about ready for kickoff here. Again, you're listening to Lincoln County High School football on KTCBroadcasting.com, LincolnCounty.com, and also tonight, WCSL Cherryville, FM 92.9, and we thank you for joining us wherever you are out there. So again, Hickory will take the opening kickoff. Jake Dillingham will probably try and hammer it in the end zone, at least make him go 80 yards.
Yeah, like I say, it'll be interesting to see if he tries to put it in the end zone. Obviously, a little cooler night, that ball will travel or not. And, of course, you don't want to give it to any of their skill players. So they've got a couple back and a couple short, 20 yards in. So interesting to see what the game plan is here tonight on the kickoff.
So Ellis Chapel, number 5, will be back to receive along with Turn Young Man. I believe that's number 3. If that is the case, that is Austin Ballard. That's part of their wide receiver core. Jake Dillingham will be kicking off for the Knights. They will be going from left to right on your radio or desktop dial. Hickory will be going to the left. So he's up. There's the boot. It's a low drive, hammered down to about the 15-yard line. Handoff, and it's a fumble in the backfield. They tried a little bit of trickeration with the reverse. The ball was fumbled about the 12-yard line, and it laid there for the longest time. North Lincoln almost got to it, but Chapel finally fell on the ball, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Hickory. So that worked out even better than a touchback. They'll have the ball at the 10-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know why they need to do trickery against this team, but we'll see what happens.
Maybe they know something we don't.
Yeah, they must have seen something in the film that here they come out, spread offense. See what North Lincoln tries to counteract with.
3 wide receivers to the wide side of the field, which is the bottom here towards us. Stober in the shotgun. Isaiah Lackey lined up to his left. Snap, Stober back, looks, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run, and he can run well. Across the 15, the 20, he's got a first down, and he's finally shoved out of bounds. The question is where? And they're showing him at the 25-yard line, so Brady Stober didn't see anything open, and that was the question we would have. A, can they cover him in the secondary? B, can they stop Stober if he has to run? Stober, quick out, passes a little too far in front of his wide receiver, Demarion Lee. They went quick on that play.
Yeah, Stober's got 344 yards rushing, so, I mean, add that to his total of passing. I mean, yeah, you've got to keep an eye on him. And North Lincoln just, again, was being a little overcautious, as you probably should be against Hickory.
Yes.
And that the thing was parted. He had 10, 15 yards before anybody was even close to him on that scramble.
So 2nd and 10, Isaiah Lackey goes up the middle. He's met at the line of scrimmage, kind of moves the pile a little bit further forward, gets out to the 39, so a gain of 4 on that one. And that will bring up 3rd down and 6. Don't blink, because Hickory does go quickly. Still 28 on the play clock. An interesting setup here. We're in the press box, but we're on the North Lincoln side. Hickory's on the far side, so they're looking over there. Stober back, quick out patterns, got a receiver. Catch is made, number 2, Jamian Little. So they will get the first down. Turner Hauser Insurance first down. Another one for the Red Tornado. And they get out to midfield. That's an 11-yard gain. Again, they go quickly. Stober flushed out of the pocket, just missed. He's around the left side, gets shoved out of bounds. Tackle is almost made by number 10, Aaron Doden, but he just missed him in the backfield.
Yeah, as you mentioned, we better work in tandem here when they have the ball for sure, because they're going fast.
Yeah, buckle up, because they're already at the line of scrimmage. Here they go. We haven't even played a minute. Quick out pattern. Catch is made at the 40-yard line. Makes a man miss. It's Ellis Chappell. He goes down the sideline. He'll have another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. I'm sorry, Jamian Little. It's tough to see. They've got gold numbers on red uniforms, and they're all the way across the field. So he gets down to the 36-yard line. Hand off to Lackey. So it's a gain of 8 on the pass play, and now Lackey carries the ball.
Yeah, a quick little hitch pattern over there, as you mentioned, to get that first down, and then they cut right to the line of scrimmage. Get Lackey a little off tackle. Tackle made there by number 7, Ryan Bassani, after a 4-yard gain.
2nd and 6. They're down to the 32-yard line of the Knights. Stober looks over to the sideline, now makes the set. 2 wide receivers each side. Snap, hand off to Lackey, goes over the right side, gets to the 30, maybe a little bit more, but he's going to be about 4 yards short of the first down. Only 2 yards on that particular carry.
And here they are right back at it.
Stober keeps it, goes around the outside, and he's brought down, and it's going to be depending on the spot. And I think he's going to have just enough for the first down. He had to get to the 31, and it is a Turner Hauser Insurance first down.
That was a great job there by Bassani, because, I mean, if he got by him, he might have been walking in the end zone.
Stober back in the pocket, rush, flushed out again, throws. He's got a receiver in the middle, catch is made. Ellis Chappell, number 5, makes men miss. He's down to the 10-yard line, goes out of bounds at the 9.
Number 5, Ellis Chappell, over the middle.
So Chappell gets down to, they're going so fast. Now Hickory's actually making a substitution. First time. They get down to the 11, so it's a gain of 15 on that catch and run. They can get a first down. Isaiah Lackey gets it and more. He's into the touchdown. He's in the end zone. Touchdown for Hickory. He runs it in from 11 yards out. And the Tornado sirens go off again. I'll stay above the dust this time. It is an Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram touchdown for Hickory with the James River equipment conversion upcoming.
Just methodical and quick. I mean, they actually brought in, they say the first time they subbed like a jumbo package. Lackey tried to start inside, was able to pop on the outside and run it in from about, the 10-yard line for their first touchdown.
Brendan McCord on for the extra point. He's a good kicker as well. And the conversion is good. So on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's Hickory 7 and North Lincoln coming to bat.
The red tag sale continues at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincoln. Now save up to $7,000 off all 2024 Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Also save up to $5,000 on the 2024 Chevy Tahoes. Coming out for all the details, and also all Costco members take $1,000 off. See the all-new 2025 Chevy Trax, Equinox, and Traverse, and the new Buick Enclave and GMC Acadia. Plus Car Bravo pre-owned vehicles. Look for the red tags at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC, 1445 East Main Street, Lincoln. Online at abernathychevrolet.com.
So it's a 10-play drive for Hickory. They go 90 yards, and they only take 3 minutes and 13 seconds. And they ran 10 plays in there.
It's just, obviously they've done this for 2 years, and then they know exactly what to do. Great job by the receivers running very good patterns, coming back to the ball. Great job by Stober when he doesn't see anything, seeing what's in front of him, and just getting yards as it's presented.
So McCourt kicks off. The catch is made at the 9-yard line. Coming straight up the gut is Landon Agee. And Agee gets the ball out over the 30-yard line, out near the 35. A good return for North Lincoln as they try and return serve here after Hickory with another 90-yard drive. I mean, that's not going to hurt their stats.
No, that's that just happened in 10 plays rather than 1 or 2.
So they'll start at the 35. Think we'll see a difference in how they run the offense here?
No. Maybe. It's going to be interesting to see what Hickory does. If they watched a little bit of that second half at Ashbrook, I wonder if they'd try to do the same thing. And it's pretty darn close from what I can see right now to start.
They've got 11 guys right there at the line of scrimmage. Handoff is to Wingate. He goes over the left side, gets out across the 40 to the 41. So a good gain on first down for the Knights. Start off with their bread and butter. Shannon Wingate setting the table, going through the left side. And one thing we've said is Hickory may not be as good defensively as they were. They've given up a lot of yardage, maybe not a lot of points. They force a lot of turnovers. But they do give up a lot of yards. North Lincoln had over 450 yards when they played him the first time. And here's the difference already. Hickory,
you got North a chance Lincoln's to breathe.
Yeah, North Lincoln's coming up to run their second play. Hickory would have been on their fourth. So it's 2nd and 4 from the 41. Sipe keeps it, goes around the right side. He's across the 45. That'll be a Turner Hauser. Insurance first down for the Knights. Good run by Sipe. Gain of 5 on that one.
Yeah, we actually got a little time to kind of analyze some things here on each play.
Oh, my goodness. Hickory's just boom, boom, boom. It's like, is this what it's like? I mean, you think back to some of the Oklahoma or Texas Tech teams when they had Mahomes, and they'd run 120 plays in a game.
Stat guy's going to have to work his butt off just to stay on top of it.
Well, you got the stat guy, and then, of course, Toby Rowland or whoever the play-by-play guy was for Texas Tech had to have a tongue on a roller. Sipe keeps it again, goes around the right side again, fakes the pitch, spins, gets away from a guy, and he gets into Red Tornado territory at the 44-yard line. Another good run by Sipe there.
Yeah, like I said, one thing was my kind of focus for Hickory's defense is that they try to emulate what Ashbrook did in the second half. And again, trying to force the pitch. They pretty much took the pitch away last week in that second half. Looks like we got a timeout. Hickory, they're not happy with the way this has started, the way Sipe and Wingate have kind of gone up and down on the field on it.
And they haven't even gotten Agee and Folk in on the festivities. It's been basically the same couple of plays.
Yeah, but I was going to say is, Ashbrook kind of brought in, pretty much played a 50 front, 5 linemen to really try to take Wingate and Agee and Folk out of it, the pitchmen. And so Sipe had a little bit of a hard time recognizing some of that last week, and so he's already ran off 2 pretty big chunk plays already to kind of give them a little momentum here and force Hickory to call a timeout.
So we're 6:52 still to go in the first quarter. It seems like they've played a lot more than that just because Hickory ran so many plays such a short time.
Heck, I'm not even calling play-by-play like you are, and I'm tired. I'm just catching our breath here now that North Lincoln has the ball.
Well, no one's ever accused me of being quiet, so it won't be too much of an issue. So after the timeout, it's 1st and 10 for the Knights. They are at the Hickory 44-yard line. And they have 2 wide receivers, one each side. Pitch goes to Folk. He's through the left side. Big opening there. He's across the 40, across the 35 to the 34. Should be enough for the first down, and they are moving the sticks.
Like you say, a little bit up tempo for North Lincoln, and I don't mean from end of one play to the next. I mean during the play. That was a quick pitch there from Sipe, and try to catch Hickory a little bit off balance. And that was a great job there. Great change, great alteration there by the North Lincoln offense.
So, again, taking their time. Play clock is down to 13. I don't think they know that it gets to 13 for Hickory.
Might be lucky if it gets to, 23?
Maybe. Handoff, a pitch. Really good job by Folk because the pitch was behind him, and he was able to spin and corral it at the same time. The problem was it upset the timing of the play, and he loses yardage back to the 37-yard line. So a loss there of 3.
Yeah, great job there by Brett Rowland, number 16 for Hickory. Saw that pitch and was able to get up there and make a great tackle, which is not easy to do.
Well, Rowland was probably more concerned about making an interception. He currently has 10 for Hickory this year. Wingate goes through the left side. Good blocking job. Wingate stays on his feet across the 30, gets to about the 28-yard line, so good job there. It looked like he was hit just 2 yards after the line of scrimmage, but he gets all the way to the 28, so he gets 9 yards back, and it's going to be a manageable 3rd and 4 for North Lincoln.
9-yard run by Wingate.
So again, 2 wide receivers. Ball is on the left hash. Agee fakes in motion, goes back to his wing position as Sipe looks over to the sideline. Again, 3rd and 4. Wingate, nope. Sipe keeps it, pitches, and a good job there. Agee took the pitch, got to the 29, but that's going to be about a yard short, so it's going to be 4th and... Oh, he did lose 1 on that.
Yeah, it was like 4th and 5. Yeah, fantastic job there by Quinn Abernathy coming up to make the tackle. Yeah, we thought maybe they'd give that to Wingate, another quick pitch. And a great job there in making that tackle. Because, like I said, Folk and Agee are tough to bring down. Hickory up to the challenge so far.
So 4th down and 5, and boy, it's the first quarter, and you're thinking, wow, this is an important play already, because you just do not want to get behind. And they give it to Wingate. He's going to be well short of the first down, so they will turn it over on downs. They get 2. They're marking it at the 31-yard line. So Hickory will take over there. He came up about 2 yards short of that. So he gained 3, but they needed 5, and that gives Hickory the ball. 3:52 to go in the quarter, and North Lincoln gets shut out on their first possession. Stober back to pass, looks, quick hitter over the middle. His catch is made. It's Jamian Little, number 2. And it's just more of what Hickory does.
Yeah, one thing also maybe to keep an eye on with this quick pace of their offense, those guys that go both ways for North Lincoln should be interesting.
Gain of 18 on that play. First down. They give it to Ellis Chappell as he comes around on the wide receiver reverse. There's a flag down at the 44-yard line. I'm still trying to catch up on the previous play. This is insane. Try and call a game and do stats. I'm just trying to do offense. And it's
I would think that's in the area of the holding. Came around that end.
Yeah.
See what they call. Yeah. Yeah, but like I said, I was trying to squeeze in there as fast as I could. Whether or not some of these guys, AG, Folk, again, play both ways. It'd be interesting to see if they can keep up that pace as fast as Hickory goes on offense.
So the balls move back to their 44-yard line. Lackey goes in motion. And doing a little North Lincoln fake there as he went in motion. Now he's back standing beside Stober. 1st and 13. Stober back to pass quick. And the catch is made. Nice catch. Fingertip catch by Little. And he's just waltzing around in the secondary. Finally gets tackled from behind. Houston Summey came running from the defensive line all the way down the field and made the reception. That gets it to the 33-yard line. That'll be first down. So gain of 23 on that one. And that one's going to be stopped. There was some motion there. That one didn't work too well. So Little has got... No, Chappell made one of the receptions. Trying to catch up here.
I may have to assist here if I can.
I don't know. Good luck with that.
Either that or we need some film. We can go back and look at it during whatever intermission.
We couldn't even do a replay. There's no time.
We'll just split the screen.
So 1st and 15 after the procedure penalty. Stober, quick hitter. He's got his tight end coming off the line. Goes to 13.
Yeah, Demarion Lee at the tight end position.
Oh, my God. And they're down to the 28. I can't write stuff down fast enough. So they gained 5 on that completion to Lee, and then Lackey with a carry.
About 3-yard gain on that one. I'll try to chime in when I can. Got 4 eyes on this.
Oh, my God. I got 4 of my own, and it's still not enough. Good Lord.
3rd and about 2.
3rd and 2. Lackey. Now Stober keeps it. He's being chased by Bassani and Ayers, but it's not enough. He gets to the corner. Gets flipped up by number 10, Aaron Doden, but it's a Turner Hauser Insurance first down as they get to the 19-yard line. So a gain of 9 there for Stober. Again, he does a good job when he gets out of the pocket. You think you've got all the receivers covered, and he gets out and breaks coverage, gets a 9-yard run for a first down.
Light's getting my way.
So I'm telling you right now, my stats are unofficial because I may miss a few things. Wide receiver screen out to number 8, Luke. Is that Luke Holtzman? Is that 8 or 3? I can't tell. No, that's number 2, Jamian Little. And they've got another first Turner Hauser Insurance first down as they get down to the 7-yard line. Will be 1st and goal. Hickory looking to go up 2 scores here as the jumbo package comes off the sideline.
Yeah, you kind of mentioned earlier 30 touchdowns for Lackey. This is probably where they get it all, right in this area.
Hand off to Lackey, breaks 1 tackle. The whole pile's moving forward. He's close to the goal line. He's going to be about a yard short. So he gets 6 when they needed 7, but it'll be 2nd and goal. And I'm almost to the point when Hickory has the ball. I'm not even going to try and do stats. It's going too quickly, I'll admit that. Hand off to Lackey in the Wildcat, and he runs it in the end zone. Touchdown, Hickory. Another Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram touchdown for Hickory. And it's Lackey again. And it's now 13-0 here late in the first quarter.
Yeah, there's just no answer. Like I said, North Lincoln cannot keep up. It's just moving that fast.
Well, I'm not going to give him any grief. I can't keep up either.
I've had that time myself.
So in the James River Equipment PAT, Brendan McCord on again. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it squeaks through. Not the prettiest thing, but it got in just to the side of the right upright and is good. So with 2:01 to go in the first quarter, it's Hickory 14, North Lincoln 0. You're listening to high school football on KTC Broadcasting.
The Dodge Black Friday sales event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lincoln. Get in on big performance and receive $11,100 total bonus cash allowance on the new 2024 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. And if you're a Ford brand owner or leasee, you can get $2,000 bonus cash allowance on a new 2024 Dodge Durango. All during the Black Friday sales event at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln.
So I can tell you that the score is 14-0 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, and I can tell you that they took a minute and 51 seconds to go 69 yards after they turned it over on downs. I can't tell you what any individual play was because they were too close together.
Yeah, it's just, that's impressive is what it is, but North Lincoln's got their hands full.
Catch on the kickoff is made at the 10-yard line. Looks like Agee, and he gets out to the 30. So it'll be 1st and 10 for North Lincoln at their own 30-yard line, now already down 2 scores.
Yeah, like I say, and I saw the defensive coordinator. I think you know who that is for North Lincoln.
Paul Reagan.
Yeah,
we talked to him in the preseason.
Okay, that's right. Yeah, he's quite animated with the defense. I mean, I don't know what they can do, but the kids were coming to the side. Some of them, looked a little bit winded, especially those guys that go both ways. But it's just tough to stop that offense.
It is. I mean, just ask Crest. And Crest has a lot of team speed. Wingate has the ball, breaks through the lines, across the 40, 45, 50, and he's shoved out of bounds at about the 43-yard line for the Knights. So a good run by Shannon Wingate. They need some offense. They need a score. I mean, here we are, late first quarter, and we're talking about somebody needing a score already.
Yeah, we kind of mentioned that Hickory, as far as their size on the front, they're a little bit down. So I think, it's going to be a Wingate sort of Sipe kind of movement on the offense. Like I say, I don't know if they can get any of that speed, Agee and Folk, to the outside. It'll be interesting to see how that develops.
With all the speed they have on offense, they're going to have some fast guys out there defensively on the perimeter as well. Sipe, back to pass. He's got a man open. Catch is made.
That Folk?
And it's Tim Folk on the slant over the middle. And that's what you see when you get with North Lincoln, is they will pass now and then when they think the situation's right, and it was there. Catch was made by Folk. He's got a first down all the way down to the 25-yard line. So a gain of 20 on that play. Gee, that's going to hurt their average. But that will be the last play of the first quarter. And on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's Hickory 14, North Lincoln 0. You're listening to high school football on LincolnCounty.com.
Call Bean Brothers Landscaping in Lincoln and ask about their lawn care agreements for both residential and commercial, starting at $199 per month, including mowing, edging, string trimming, and blowing. Silver, gold, and platinum packages are available on a 12-month agreement, including 41 yearly visits, 30 weekly March through September, 11 off-season visits during October through February. And they'll even clean out your flower beds. Call Bean Brothers Landscaping at 704-718-4988, 969 Reachville Road in Lincoln. Online at beanbrotherslandscaping.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
So a good start to this drive for North Lincoln. 2 plays, they've already gone 45 yards. They're down to the Hickory 25-yard line. They've got 1st and 10. The second quarter is just underway. You're listening to high school football presented by our title sponsor, Bugbusters of Lincolnton.
Yeah, so we sort of mentioned this is a big drive. They need points, preferably touchdowns. You're
Yeah,
not going to be able to do anything, and we know Dillingham's a great field goal kicker, but they need touchdowns, not field goals.
Especially the way Hickory's getting it done here. Bit of a delay here. I'm not sure what's going on. Referee has stepped over the football, not letting North Lincoln snap the ball.
All the clocks and everything.
Well, it's set to 12, and the play clock was running.
They might have, yeah, it looks like they threw a flag. It might have been like maybe they saw an extra player somewhere, but it picked it up.
So whatever flag there was will not count. It'll be 1st and 10 for North Lincoln at the 25-yard line of the Red Tornadoes. And handoff goes to Wingate. He rumbles through the right side, gets down to the 20-yard line, so another solid gain there of 5 yards. And that's what they need to do. They need to do ball control. They need to keep inside the sticks, don't get tackled for losses, and just methodically work their way down the field. It's the only way you're going to keep Hickory off the scoreboard is to keep them off field.
Right.
And somehow you've got to get a stop already.
Yeah, like I say, what they've done, and they've done it in the past. Sometimes they'll clog the middle. The defense will clog the middle. North Lincoln will go a little wider, a little more off tackle, even with Wingate. That's what they did on that play.
Sipe pitches. He's got the ball out to Folk. Folk gets inside the 10-yard line as he goes around the left side, gets down to the 6-yard line. So a gain of 14 on that play. They finally got a little bit going on the outside. It'll be 1st and goal after the Turner Hauser Insurance first down for the Knights. 1st and goal from the 6-yard line.
Yeah, good job again there. Like I say, they've been kind of running inside a little bit more, trying to stop Wingate. And then overplayed Sipe a little bit. It was a good pitch there, and Falk able to get down to the 6. Turner Hauser Insurance first down, and a huge play here.
Play clock down to 5. Handoff to AG, goes to the right side, breaks a tackle. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, North Lincoln. An Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram touchdown for the Knights. Nice little kind of inside reverse to AG coming off the wing. He goes 6 yards for the touchdown. And Jake Dillingham will be on, it appears, to kick the extra point. Can't be chasing points at this time.
No, you need
the extra point.
Plus, it's not their second one, so you don't.
Well, that's true. The second one's the one they always seem to go for 2.
Although they're not 100% yet.
And now they finally shift into the formation. Play clock's down to 8. You can get a penalty on an extra point. Down to 3, 2, snap, hold, kick is up. And I think the rush caused an issue, but he got it through, but it was maybe about a foot above the crossbar.
I was going to say, I was looking up, and then there it was down, just going for the crossbar.
So the James River Equipment PAT is good. And on the scoreboard, it's Hickory 14, North Lincoln 7. We'll be back with a kickoff after this timeout.
For your pest control for your home or business, who you going to call? Bug Busters. For over 25 years, they've been serving North and South Carolina with the best in professional pest control. Family and veteran owned and operated. From crawl space encapsulation to termites to wildlife to pest control to structural repair to waterproofing. They do it all. Call 704-732-2227. Online at bugbusters.com. Like them on Facebook too. Who you going to call? Bug Busters.
So quick response there by North Lincoln. They get the ball down at their, they got it at the 30-yard line. Just 5 plays. They went 70 yards, so good for them. Very quick for them. But you can see the difference in how they do things. They still use 3.5 minutes on just 5 plays.
Yeah, not quite Hickory speed, but speed enough for them. But, again, very methodical, good mix on the pass that they got to Folk, and a good play call mix there, too. A couple little counters, a couple wide veer sort of plays with Wingate at the fullback position, and was able to a much-needed touchdown with 10 minutes here to go in the second quarter.
And here they do it again. Ball's caught at the 1-yard line. Pitch is made to Little. And Little is corralled at the 16-yard line. So, again, here's Dillingham. He kicks it high enough, deep enough, and gives coverage time to get down there. And they bring Little down. I don't know why whoever catches the ball seems to hand it off to somebody else. But they do that takes time. And so they've got the ball at the 16-yard line. But, the way they've been, who cares? We'll start the 15, the 20, the 10.
It doesn't matter
we don't
where
care.
Hickory starts. Just looks good on the stat sheet.
Yeah, it's just, okay, a few extra yards on this drive. Well, great. I mean, they've got 2 drives already, one of 90 yards, one of 69 yards. And this is their third possession. 10:22 to go in the second quarter, 14-7, Red Tornadoes lead. Stober hands off to Lackey. Tries to go around the left side. There is not much there. Looks like Ryan Bassani and company drop him for no gain.
Yeah, I would imagine, as you mentioned, the defensive coach is going to give them a pretty good earful. We'll see if that picks them up. Good start there for North Lincoln.
2nd and 10. Stover back to pass. Quick out pattern. Catch is made by Little. His favorite receiver. He gets out to the 22-yard line, so a gain of 7 on that one. And that's already at least 5 catches before I've quit trying to do each individual play. So he is obviously Stober's favorite receiver. And it's 3rd and 4, and North Lincoln really needing a stop here. They're going to have to really get tight on these receivers because they only need 4 yards. Hand off to Lackey, and he's got nothing. Maybe a yard. He's going to be short. Gets out to the 22-yard line. Now, is this the punt team coming on, or is this the jumbo package? Because, well, no, it's 4th and 3.
Yeah, it's a little bit.
This is going to be a punt formation. So good job by the Knights defense. So number 14, Maddox McCree on to punt. Back deep is normally Tim Folk for the Knights. High snap, kick, and it's a good one. Fielded by Folk. Fair catch at the 46-yard line. So again, good field position for North Lincoln. And they'll get it 1st and 10 at their 46-yard line. Again, a shorter field for them. Hickory finally stopped. They would have had to go 85 yards to get a score. And North Lincoln has had the ball at the 35, the 30, and now the 46. So they've definitely had the better of the field position, but they're trailing by a score here, looking to tie it up on this possession. Handoff to Wingate. He just goes straight up the middle. Gets out, and they mark it at the 47, so he's only going to gain 1 yard on that play.
Yeah, that was just more of a typical veer right up the gut. Was that one to get 1? So we'll see again what Hickory's trying to do defensively.
2nd and 9. Doden to the far side. Jake DeSantos, the receiver, to the near side. Sipe keeps it. Goes around the corners. Got an opening. Now he's across the 40, the 30. Breaks towards the sideline and tries to make a move, and he actually got tripped up by his own player. But a good run by Sipe, just weaving through traffic. He gets all the way down to the 28-yard line. Gain of 25 yards on the play.
Yeah, we haven't seen much of Sipe as far as gaining yards or doing anything the last week or two, but it looks like tonight he's ready to go. And I think if the 30-yard line wasn't there, he probably would have scored a little. Got pretty darn close.
Well,
Great cutback.
He tried to dance inside of the wide receiver there and just got tripped up. But he's down to the 28-yard line. Yeah, if they're trying to take away Folk and Agee on the outside, it's going to open it up. And now they go Wingate straight up the gut. Good gain on first down there. He gets all the way to the 20. gain of 8 yards on that play. So you just don't know. Yes, there's a lot of weapons on Hickory, but there's a lot of deception and weapons on North Lincoln as well. And they've really started to show it the last couple drives.
Yeah, again, a lot, just very good mix. Sometimes attack in the middle of that defense, sometimes going a little wider off tackle. But Sipe, again, doing a fantastic job running the offense and keeping it when he needs to and getting big chunk yards, holding on to the ball.
Wingate again, runs into the line, squirts to the side a bit, but gets far enough down the field. He gets to the 17-yard line, gain of 3, and that'll be enough for a Turner Hauser Insurance first down for the Knights, as they're now down to the 17-yard line. About halfway through the second quarter, 14-7. If they do score, will they go for 2?
That's their MO. I don't think they did it. Did they do it last week?
Yeah, they've done it every playoff game so far.
Well, one of their adjustments is being a little bit tighter formation on one side, a little more of like a tight end.
Sipe keeps it. Pitch is made. It's behind. And Falk, no, it's Agee. Agee's able to squirm forward. He had to crawl on all fours to get to it, but he did get to the football. And that'll be a fumble, but they do recover it. The problem is now they're back at the 20-yard line. So they lost 3, and that puts them behind the sticks, and that's the thing they needed to really look out for tonight. So 2 times they've tried to get the ball to Agee on pitches, and it's lost yardage both times.
Yeah, those crab walks that you do sometimes in preseason and maybe for punishment panned out for AJ on that one.
2nd and 13. Sipe throws, and it's well over his intended receiver, Falk. He looks like I think he just threw that one away. He really didn't have an angle to get it to Falk anyway.
Yeah, it looks like number 15, Carter Toney, came in on a blitz, and he just had to get rid of it. Actually, it might have been number 12, Abernathy for Hickory. Looked like he was trying to lob it, maybe try to drop it in out to the flat, but it's a good thing to be long rather than short. Make sure nobody picks it off and goes the distance. So smart play by Sipe. But brings up a 3rd and 13.
Three wide receivers for the Knights. Sipe pitches, and the pitch goes to Falk. He's dragged down from behind. Nice tackle there by Quenisha Abernathy. He came in and stopped it, so we don't have to worry about them going for 2. They're going to go for 3. Jake Dillingham's on to kick. T's being put down at the 28-yard line, so this would be a 38-yard kick. We know this is well within his range.
Yeah, like I said, that fumble on first down, it really kind of set him behind the chains, and then the incomplete pass. But
they can still get 3 here. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. He pounds that one through. The ball boy behind there caught that probably about 12 to 14 yards behind the goalpost at least. So kick is good, and on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's Hickory 14, North Lincoln 10. You're listening to high school football on KTC Broadcasting.
Check out the CF Moto All-Cylinder Sales Event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get financing as low as 0.99% or rebates up to $1,500. And that's not all. Get Honda bonus bucks. Get up to $1,000 on accessories or a Honda Care protection, or use it for your down payment. But that's not all. Ask about the Yamaha Holiday Let's Ride Sales Event. Get up to $2,000 in customer cash on select models. It's your choice at Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
This is one of the earlier starting games, 7 o'clock tonight. And so some of the other games just getting underway or have only been underway for 15 minutes. So we'll get you some scores once they become available on some of the other ones.
We're not going to be able to do it when Hickory has the ball.
No. No way. And that will be coming up here shortly. Dillingham to kick off. And he drills this one down the field, scooped up at the 15-yard line. This time there's no handoff, and there doesn't need to be. It's number 2, Jamian Little. He gets around the kicker, Jake Dillingham. He gets to the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Hickory. And they can score any number of ways. Like we said in the pregame, the only way they have not scored this year is a safety. And this time they get an 87-yard touchdown on a kickoff return. It was a huge hole in the left side. I don't think he was touched at any point.
I agree with you. Like I say, I don't know why they were handing off the first 2 kickoffs to each other, because Little just got that one and went straight up the middle, out to the outside, and was untouched for, what'd you say, 87 yards?
Yeah, that's what they were saying.
Unbelievable speed. He was gone.
Jake Dillingham made a valiant effort to bring him down, but he's the kicker. So McCourt on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it's good. So with 4:26 to go in the first half, it's Hickory 21, North Lincoln 10 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. You're listening to Lincoln County Football on LincolnCounty.com.
You can book your tee times online at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden. Just go online at glenoaksgolf.com. Pick out your tee time and book it. Check out their pro shop, snack bar, driving range, and banquet hall. And memberships are available. For more information, call 828-428-2451. Or again, go online at glenoaksgolf.com and like them on Facebook too.
This isn't fair. Every time they score, they play that tornado siren, and I'm having flashbacks. I was like, this isn't good.
I don't remember them having that last year when we were here.
No, I don't remember it either, because trust me, it would have been etched in my memory.
Well, of course, we had the speaker usually right over our heads last year, so maybe that's the difference.
Well, that's the speaker we're hearing it on this time anyways. Oh, my goodness. They just find ways to score like they need help. Goodness. So it's 21-10. North Lincoln can do the double here. They did use 4 minutes and 20 seconds on that last field goal drive. So good kick here by McCourt. Backs Folk up to the 2-yard line. Folk comes down the left side across the 20, 25, hit there, but he falls forward and gets to the 28-yard line. So decent field position for North Lincoln. The problem is they are 2 scores down again.
Yeah, like you say, it's going to have to be a touchdown. Hopefully pull the double as they get ready to go into the end of this first half. But good job. Let's just hope that kickoff doesn't change the momentum, because North Lincoln's doing a great job. Again, seizing some of that. And again, good mix on the offensive side, a little counters, little wide off tackles with Wingate, and even a couple of pass attempts. I think he's 1 for 2. Of course, completed the one for 22 yards or 20 yards. They can keep that up, playing this little tight end version of their offense.
And they're going to have a procedure call, which that kills the play, because I think Hickory would be more interested in taking the play, because Wingate tried to go up the middle and he was met in the backfield and dropped, but the play was blown dead there. North Lincoln gets a 5-yard penalty, and just what they don't need behind the sticks, because that's what stalled this drive down here was the fumble that put them behind the chains.
Right. Yeah, it's interesting to kind of see again what they're doing offensively. Is a little bit of a tight end on one side and splitting out 2 receivers on the other to try to spread this speedy Hickory defense out a little bit and try to find some running lanes.
Wingate over the right side, brought down by the first guy that gets him. It looks to be Ellis Chappell, number 5, came up and made a very nice open field tackle. Is that 5 or 1? That's number 1. That's actually Dorian Medley, junior linebacker. So they pick up 2 on that, but again, that's going to put them where they're still behind where they started. It'll be 2nd and 13. Clock running, 3:38 to go in the half. Play clock at 7. Wingate up the middle. And he's going to get back to just about the original line of scrimmage and maybe half a yard. So it brings up 3rd and long, and this is not a team that normally handles 3rd and long very well.
No, like I say, if they keep running Wingate up the gut and get 2 to 3 yards, you've got 3 yards per play, but it's still 3rd and 9.
Because of the penalty.
Because of the penalty.
Yes.
Or like it did on the first one, they got the field goal on the last drive, but, you got to stay ahead of the chains here if you're North Lincoln.
Sipe, and this isn't going to work. Well, he tries an inside reverse. Handoff is made to Tim Folk, and he's dropped in the backfield. It was one of those ones I think the defender had a choice of who he wanted to tackle. He was right there almost taking the handoff.
Yeah, trying to run a little counter reverse around, the backside. Momentum kind of going one way to the offensive right. Didn't fool Hickory at all. Number 33 for Hickory. Micah Hurd was just standing there waiting for him, as you mentioned. Almost took the handoff and was able to drop him for a loss. So it looks like it's Hickory timeout. Is that what I
believe
got?
so. They're probably trying to stop the clock. I don't know why. 2:31 is plenty of time for them.
Right, yeah. You can let that clock run. You get
So they were looking to go into punt formation. That is normally Tanner Ayers. Good punter, but they were really hoping they didn't have to use him at all tonight. In fact, if they've got to use him more than 2 or 3 times, they're in trouble.
Right. And it could be interesting to see, again, a lot like they do on the kickoffs. I mean, they've already been burned once on that, whether they kick to whoever is the return man. Hopefully they kind of angle at least one way, try to get more of the kick coverage team down there on that side. Looks like they're bringing 2 men back.
Yeah, one's Chappell, and the other's Damian Little. And
we know what he can do.
Yeah, pick your poison there. Yeah. Chappell, I think, was the leading receiver as far as number of receptions. I believe I had him listed first. Now, Little is, and Chappell's second, so I was, big poison and little poison, as they used to be in baseball. So Ayers back to punt. And now we're going to have another penalty on North Lincoln. I'm not sure how you can go in motion if no one's in a set position.
Okay. I think is that Brady Rinkus on that end. It's the only thing I can think of. I mean, he's the only one down there that would maybe at least try to get off the ball as quick as he could. But, yeah, who knows?
So everybody moves 5 yards to the right. Snap. Decent kick by Rinkus. Fielded. Fair catch is made at the 47-yard line. Jamian Little. Well, I guess, if you kick it short enough, he doesn't have room to get going. But it'll be the best field position of the night for Hickory. They'll have it 1st and 10 on their 48-yard line. So it's a short field by their standards. And an absolutely essential stop here. They cannot give up a touchdown to Hickory at this point. Stober back to pass, flushed, run into his right. He runs well, gets around the 50, and he slides down. They're going to say he started his slide at the 46-yard line. So a gain of 6.
Kind of a generous spot after the slide.
Oh, my, they got all the way to the 45. He slid well before that, but that's where it's marked. Back in the pocket, looks, flushed again, keeps his eyes downfield, being chased, runs to his left, and he fumbled the football, scrambled for it. There's some Hickory linemen that looked to be the closest to it. That didn't look like a throw because it went straight up.
Yeah, I think I saw that the other night in a game. I won't tell you what game it was. But anyway, yeah, his hand, it was. His hand was empty with the ball, right? I think that was definitely a fumble.
Wasn't the tuck roll or anything.
Exactly.
All right, 3rd down. Stover back to pass, throws out in the flat. He's got a receiver. Catch is made by number 5, Ellis Chappell, and he goes out of bounds at the 38, 1st and 10. Another Turner Hauser Insurance 1st down for Hickory. And I can't tell you how many that is because I have just given up trying to keep up with their offense. I'm struggling as much as North Lincoln is to keep up.
A great timing pattern there. He caught it right at the stick, so good job of the receiver getting right where he needed to be.
Stober throws out in the flat. He's got Chappell, it looks like. Yeah, Ellis Chappell has it. Tackle is made almost immediately, but again, it'll be another Turner Hauser Insurance first down. 1:20 to go in the first half.
They have one timeout, if my stats are accurate.
Stober looks, passes. He's throwing for the corner. He's got Chappell. The defender fell down. Touchdown, Hickory. Tanner Ayers was on the coverage. He fell down at the 5-yard line, and Chappell was able to make the catch in the end zone. And it is 27-10 after the Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram touchdown. Hickory doing Hickory things. You can see why they're the defending state champs, and it wouldn't surprise me if they won again this year, the rate they're going.
Well, like I say, that the immovable force has to meet Dudley.
True.
Whose defense is pretty solid. That should be one heck of a game.
Brendan McCord on to attempt the extra point. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's good. So with 1:04 to go in the first half on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard, it's Hickory 28, North Lincoln 10. You're listening to Lincoln County football on KTC.
For over 60 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area, and they continue to do so today. Right now, you'll find a good inventory of dirt bikes, plus 150 and up to 450 models of on- and off-road bikes. See the new 2024 Honda Rebel, along with 4x4 ATVs and side-by-sides, including the Pioneer and the Talon, plus Gold Wings and Trikes. And don't forget about their parts and service department. That's Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com. Tarzan.
We love that is our favorite commercial.
We had to listen to that part.
Yeah, I mean, we'll play it again. We'll roll it back, but that is our favorite commercial. It caught us by surprise the first time, but we look forward to it. J. Douglas Tree, the Tarzan yell is just awesome. And I think that's Hickory beating their chest, standing out there doing it as well. Oh!
Trying to get that tornado drill out of your head there.
Oh, my goodness. That's not fair. So McCourt kicks it downfield. Catch is made by Agee at the 8-yard line. Goes right up the middle. Now breaks it towards the sideline. Breaks one tackle. Breaks another. Gets across the 30. A good effort by Agee to get it out that far. So,
I think that was more of an angry run. I think he's had enough of watching what they're doing on the offensive side, and he needed to try to get a spark here for North Lincoln.
North Lincoln sideline trying to get a penalty here. There was some bit of a skirmish out here by the 50-yard line. A couple players for Hickory, a couple for North Lincoln were going at it a bit after the whistle. Some reason the North Lincoln fans thought it was time to stop, maybe throw a flag. So they've got 57 seconds. Hand off to Wingate. He breaks up the middle. He's got a hole across the 40, gets out to the 42. He's just short of a first down. And North Lincoln does not appear to be in any hurry at this point. Clock is running, 38 seconds, 2nd and 1. Hand off to Wingate again. He's got enough for the first down. They're going to stop the clock. It's a Turner Hauser Insurance first down. They get out to the 42-yard line, and now North Lincoln will take one of their timeouts. And while they do that, we'll play the whole J. Douglas Tree commercial. You're listening to Lincoln County Football.
Tarzan says it's the biggest tree cutting special he's ever seen from J. Douglas Tree Service. Why, it's so big, it's driving cheetah bananas. Now, for a limited time from J. Douglas Tree Service, all current customers can take 10% off. But that's not all. New customers get 20% off. Trim it up, cut it down, and they also do stump grinding. And they've just recently added a 75-foot bucket truck. Call 704-689-9459. Again, 704-689-9459 for a free estimate. That's J. Douglas Tree Service.
We've got 29.9 seconds to go in the first half. Hickory 28, North Lincoln 10. North Lincoln has 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Looking to see if they can get something here on the board before the half and then come out and maybe do something with a second half kickoff, which they will receive.
Hey, they've come out of timeouts before looking for one of their patented pass plays. Let's see what happens.
Reverse to Agee. He gets to the corner, breaks across the midfield, across the 40, dragging tacklers. He gets all the way down to the 36-yard line. But North Lincoln is hanging back. There it is. There's a flag. It's at the 47-yard line. I was wondering why they weren't hustling up to the line of scrimmage. Now I know why. So a good run by Agee. He got it all the way down to the 35. It would have been a gain of 23. And the penalty is on Hickory. So the penalty will go against Hickory. They mark it off from the 35. Referee's walking, and he's still walking, trying to get Hickory out of the way. And it goes all the way down to the 20-yard line. So North Lincoln will now be in the red zone. Still 22 seconds to go. You want to get some points, but you really want to get 7.
Yeah, well, again, they still have 2 timeouts. So a good way to maybe end the half here for North Lincoln.
2 wide receivers. Sipe keeps it, pitches to Folk. He goes around the left side. Looked like he might have had room to turn that up a little bit more, but he went towards the sideline trying to get out of bounds. He gets to the 11. And Hickory's going to take a timeout. Interesting. I would have figured.
Yeah, thank you, Hickory.
North Lincoln says thank you very much. 15.3 to go. And it's 28-10. We're trying to see if there's any scores on any other games here.
Well, this is kind of amazing here what they're doing. They're methodically moving down the clock with little time, not passing the ball, getting huge yards.
Yeah, lots of chunk plays.
Again, I'd keep an eye on that little seam route, hot route that they like to run. Of course, they don't need to. I mean, they can. Obviously, with 2 timeouts, they can do kind of what they want here. Pick any part of the field to try to attack. We'll just have to wait and see what they plan on doing.
Well, here's a game that started earlier. Grimsley beat Huff 70-12. That's crazy.
I've got West Charlotte 21, Dudley 0. So much for that Dudley defense.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. Second quarter, 21-0. My goodness, Shelby and Monroe tied at 7. So back here in Hickory, it's 2nd and 1 from the 11. 15 seconds to play. And handoff, kind of an inside reverse, goes to Folk. He gets across the 10 down to the 8-yard line. Clock will stop while they move the chains. And now North Lincoln has taken their second timeout, we believe. So taking a look at some other scores, Tarboro, let's see, J.H. Rose, the bloom may be off, shall we say. They came in 5-8. They're the 30th seed. They're playing 71st. They're down 21-0 in the second quarter. West Charlotte, my goodness. I guess the immovable force was movable after all.
Weddington 14, East Forsyth 7. Shelby Monroe, I think you mentioned that 7-7. Yeah. Given 17, Hoggard 0. Rollsville 14, Cleveland 0.
Ooh. Mount Airy is trailing 7-0 at halftime at home. Mount Airy with about 45 consecutive victories at this point. Who are they playing again? It's CC. Corvian Community out of Charlotte. In the same league as, I believe, Mountain Island Charter. So that league's getting better at football, Corvian Community especially. 10 seconds to go. Sipe keeps it, goes up the middle. I think that was a bit of a busted play. It looked like he was trying to look for somebody to pitch to. And so North Lincoln will take their last timeout. 6.3 seconds to go. I think that's all the scores we had.
What's Up Shopper here had some...
Mountain Heritage leads
right.
Murphy 12-8.
Tarboro 37, Pender 0. Lakewood 8, Wilson Prep 8. Brevard 15, Forest Hill 7. Northeastern 25, Keenan 14. Whiteville 27, Kingston 14. Is that most of the scores in the state, I would imagine?
My goodness, Tarboro 44-0 at halftime. You do not normally see a running clock in a fourth-round state playoff game, and there will be one to start the second half in that ball game. So we've got 6.3 seconds to go here. North Lincoln has the ball at the 5-yard line. It's 2nd and goal. I had to look for a second. It said 2nd and 8 on the scoreboard, and I was like, wait, they're on the 5. So they can get a touchdown but not get a first down? Okay.
Okay, all right.
Interesting. So this may be the last play of the half. No more timeouts for either team. North Lincoln on the left hash on the 5-yard line. 3 wide receivers in the game. Sipe rolls, throws. He's got a man in the end zone. Touchdown. The tight end released. And Tim Folk just goes in the end zone, sits down. Little dink pass over the top, and it's a Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram touchdown for the Knights with the James River Equipment PAT upcoming. Now will they go for 2 here? 28-16. That would make it 28-18. I'm not sure what the analytics say on that one. Because it'll be 11, which means you got 2 touchdowns. Right. Well, yeah, you can get a touchdown, 2-point conversion, and field goal. Okay. So, yeah, go for snap, hold, kick is up. And as usual, Dillingham pounds it through. So with 2.5 seconds to go in the first half, it's Hickory 28, North Lincoln 17, and they will get the ball to start the second half. So we'll be back with, 2.5. We'll just keep it here.
Okay.
Executive decision on my part.
Yeah, that's
or
exactly.
indecision.
Great job again by North Lincoln. Like you say, they needed, without timeouts, to do something there quick, and totally shocked Hickory with Folk, as you mentioned, kind of lining up like in a tight end's position, like he was going to block, and he just released and was wide open, and a great pass from Sipe to get the score. At least looking somewhat well here, 28-17. And again, get the ball in the second half.
And the thing is, Hickory does give up points. Crest proved that. There's other games this year where teams have scored a decent amount of points. You can move the ball against them. North Lincoln showed that the last time they played them, 464 yards of offense. They just kept putting the ball on the ground or throwing it to Hickory. So they can be had, but they're such a good team offensively. I mean, it's like watching Texas Tech and Oklahoma. I mean, it's offense. Right. They just outscore you.
Well, let's hope that they learn from the last kickoff. This needs to be kicked at somebody, like line drive. I'm not sure if this is what they wanted.
Ball goes to Chappell at the 22-yard line. He goes from the sideline all the way out into the middle of the field, gets tripped up there, and that'll be the last play of the first half. Next up is the Stadium Halftime Show brought to you by Power Max Motorsports of Lincolnton. We'll be back with that after these timeouts. You're listening to Lincoln County High School Football.
Get more bang for your buck at James River Equipment Company in Shelby, the area's John Deere dealer. Now, when you purchase a John Deere compact tractor and loader, you'll get pallet forks for only $1. That's right, $1. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months. But hurry, the offer ends soon at James River Equipment Company, 703 North Post Road, Highway 180 North in Shelby. Online at jamesriverequipment.com.
Sooner or later, everyone wants to make their home dreams a reality. I'm sure you've seen the television shows and flipped through magazines and you know what you want. Or then again, maybe you're not sure. You know that you want something different and something better. Get started today by contacting the building professionals at Key Builders in Lincoln. Visit the website at keybuildersnc.com and check out their many floor plans. There's one there for you and your family. Key Builders, locally owned and operated at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. See their page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain. Explore the outdoors with a Can-Am from Power Max Motorsports at Iron Station. From open road to the trails, there's a Can-Am right for you. And now the new 2025 Can-Ams are in stock. And ask about promotional financing on the remaining 2024 Can-Am models. And see the street-legal, road-ready Can-Ams with heating and air conditioning. And be sure to check out the end-of-the-season deals on the remaining Toro mowers. That's Power Max Motorsports, 3636 East Highway 27 at Iron Station. Online at PowerMaxMotorsports.com. Rhodes & Bill Oil Company in Lincoln has been serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina since 1919. Sure, they deliver to your home with home heating oils. They'll help keep you warm, but they do a whole lot more. They feature bulk fuel delivery, on-site and commercial fueling, backup generator fueling, and farm and agricultural fueling. For home or business or farms, call on Rhodes & Bill Oil Company in Lincoln, 704-735-2508. Online at rhodesandbill.com, located at 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook too. Start up the savings on your auto insurance with a stop at Turner Hauser Insurance Group in downtown Lincoln, your area insurance agency. Jamie Hauser invites you to stop in and find out how you can save money on all of your insurance needs, from home to auto to commercial to farm to life. Visit them at their office at 228 East Main Street, downtown Lincoln. Just look for the big blue awning. That's Turner Hauser Insurance Group, your area insurance agency. Call 704-732-9577 or visit the website at turnerhauserins.com.
I work my tractors really hard. I get all they've got. I demand as much horsepower as they can possibly give me. I tell you what, I've had these Coyote tractors for probably 10 years now. They've served me well. Been good.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, the 27 West intersection in Vail. For the folks in Cherville and Shelby, I'm sure you remember when the Western Steer was in your town, and we wish they were still here. But I've got good news. There's a Western Steer just a few minutes up the road in Newton. From Cherryville, hop on Highway 321 Business. And from Shelby, go Highway 18 to 10 to Newton. You get real comfort food, home-cooked style with down-home hospitality. Try their big unbeatable buffet or order from their menu. And they've got a party room for big groups. The Western Steer in Newton, 334 Southwest Boulevard in Newton at the Highway 10 and 321 Business intersection. Open Wednesday through Sunday. The Red Tag sale continues at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincoln. Now save up to $7,000 off all 2024 Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Also save up to $5,000 on the 2024 Chevy Tahoes. Coming out for all the details. And also all Costco members take $1,000 off. See the all-new 2025 Chevy Trax, Equinox, and Traverse. And the new Buick Enclave and GMC Acadia. Plus Car Bravo pre-owned vehicles. Look for the red tags at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC, 1445 East Main Street, Lincoln. Online at abernathychevrolet.com. The Dodge Black Friday sales event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lincoln. Get in on big performance and receive $11,100 total bonus cash allowance on the new 2024 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. And if you're a Ford brand owner or leasee, you can get $2,000 bonus cash allowance on a new 2024 Dodge Durango. All during the Black Friday sales event at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln. Call Bean Brothers Landscaping in Lincoln and ask about their lawn care agreements for both residential and commercial, starting at $199 per month, including mowing, edging, string trimming, and blowing. Silver, gold, and platinum packages are available on a 12-month agreement, including 41 yearly visits, 30 weekly March through September, 11 off-season visits during October through February. And they'll even clean out your flower beds. Call Bean Brothers Landscaping at 704-718-4988. 969 Reachville Road in Lincoln, online at beanbrotherslandscaping.com. Like them on Facebook too.
For your pest control for your home or business, who you gonna call? Bug Busters. For over 25 years, they've been serving North and South Carolina with the best in professional pest control. Family and veteran owned and operated. From crawl space encapsulation to termites to wildlife to pest control to structural repair to waterproofing. They do it all. Call 704-732-2227. Online at bugbusters.com. Like them on Facebook too. Who you gonna call? Bug Busters.
Check out the CM.
Back here at Hickory, it's time for the Stadium Halftime Show, brought to you by Power Max Motorsports of Lincolnton. And what I can give you as far as Hickory stats is I might have total offense for them, but that's about it, because I can go where they started, where they finished, and add it up from there. But individual plays, I'll be honest, they're just running them too fast for me to keep up. So 52, so I've got them down for 218 yards offense on the first half.
Well, it was a 85 yarder to start, and then a 69 or 70 yarder.
So 90, then 69, then they went 3 and out where they got 7 yards, and then they had the 87-yard touchdown return, so that doesn't count as official offense there.
Right.
And then on the last possession, they got it on their own 48, went 52 yards. So I've got them for 218 yards total offense. Leading receiver is probably number 2. Excuse me. Number 2 being Jamian Little. And Brady Stober, of course, doing Brady Stober stuff. I don't think he had, maybe 2 incomplete passes?
Right, yeah.
That's about it.
And when he doesn't, he runs. He's probably run for a bunch of yards as well.
Yeah, well, I was trying to keep up. He had 4 carries for 44 yards. He had a 25-yard run early in the first drive. Okay, so now North Lincoln is much nicer to people trying to do play-by-play and statistics at the same time. I can keep up with them. So for North Lincoln, it's 2 of 3 passing, 25 yards, including the 5-yard touchdown to Tim Folk late in the first half, 2.5 seconds to go in the half to be precise. And then they have 24 carries for 164 yards. So they're running the ball pretty well. The problem was they had 1 or 2 possessions, one where they got stymied, fumbled the ball. Dillingham had to come on and kick the field goal. They got some points out of it. But 3 points against Hickory is still a loss because they're getting 7 on almost every possession. And then they had the other possession where they got a penalty, got behind the sticks, and then Tanner Ayers ended up punting. That was his only punt of the game. And he kicked it high enough and short enough that there was no return on it. So you might trade some yards, but at least you're not having somebody go 50-some yards and scoring a touchdown.
Yeah, like you say, and then the one of their scores for Hickory was a kickoff return. So if they don't get that, you're talking 21-17, and it's a ball game. Yeah, that's that far right now.
No, I mean, it's 28-17. North Lincoln does get the ball to start the second half. So they're not in bad shape, but in the margin of error when you're playing Hickory is very small. A penalty, a fumble, and that's really the difference. Mm-hmm. Those 2 possessions were, instead of getting touchdowns on them, they only got 3 points out of them. And they're down 11 points. A touchdown and a field goal, basically. So that's where we stand at halftime. And let's see here. We went through the scores a minute ago. I don't think those have updated much since then. Let's see. We got some new ones here. Let's see. Yeah, West Charlotte leads Dudley 21-0. Jacksonville and Havelock over on the other end of the state, 21-21. 71st leads Rose 21-0. Weddington over East Forsyth 14-7. Gibbons leads Hoggard 17-0. Shelby and Monroe still tied at 7. Last score we have on that. Mountain Heritage. At least it's a shorter trip for them to get to Murphy than it is for everybody else. They lead 12-8. And then Brevard leads Forest Hills. And I think that's it for this end of the state. And same score for Northeastern Keenan, 25-14. And Whiteville, 27-14 over Kinston. So those are the halftime scores and updates on other games as we know them. Remember, the winner of this game will play the winner of West Charlotte and Dudley. If Hickory wins, it will be here. If North Lincoln comes back and wins, it'll be somewhere else because they're the lowest seed. So take it from there.
Yeah, West Charlotte was, 5 or 7?
They were 8.
Or 8? Yeah.
They were 8, and Dudley was 5.
Okay, there's a 5 or something.
Yeah, so Hickory's 3, North Lincoln's 10. Shelby, if they win, will host the regional final because defending champ Reedsville got knocked out, so they would definitely be the highest seed at 2. They would play the Forest Hill Brevard winner, which at the moment is Brevard leading. And Corvion is still leading Mount Airy, and that was a halftime score. Mount Airy going for their 3rd straight state championship. Corvion Community giving them a ball game. So that's all we have here. And you're listening to the Stadium Halftime Show brought to you by Power Max Motorsports of Lincolnton. Teams are starting to saunter back towards the field, so we'll be back with a second half kickoff after these commercial messages.
CF Moto all-cylinder sales event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get financing as low as 0.99% or rebates up to $1,500. Events not all. Get Honda bonus bucks. Get up to $1,000 on accessories or a Honda Care protection or use it for your down payment. But that's not all. Ask about the Yamaha Holiday Let's Ride sales event. Get up to $2,000 in customer cash on select models. It's your choice at Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
You can book your tee times online at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden. Just go online at glenoaksgolf.com. Pick out your tee time and book it. Check out their pro shop, snack bar, driving range, and banquet hall. And memberships are available. For more information, call 828-428-2451. Or again, go online at glenoaksgolf.com. And like them on Facebook, too. For over 60 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area, and they continue to do so today. Right now, you'll find a good inventory of dirt bikes, plus 150 and up to 450 models of on- and off-road bikes. See the new 2024 Honda Rebel, along with 4x4 ATVs and side-by-sides, including the Pioneer and the Talon, plus Gold Wings and Trikes. And don't forget about their parts and service department. That's Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com. Tarzan says it's the biggest tree cutting special he's ever seen from J. Douglas Tree Service. Why, it's so big, it's driving cheetah bananas. Now, for a limited time from J. Douglas Tree Service, all current customers can take 10% off. But that's not all. New customers get 20% off. Trim it up, cut it down, and they also do stump grinding. And they've just recently added a 75-foot bucket truck. Call 704-689-9459. Again, 704-689-9459 for a free estimate. That's J. Douglas Tree Service.
Get more bang for your buck at James River Equipment Company in Shelby, the area's John Deere dealer. Now, when you purchase a John Deere compact tractor and loader, you'll get pallet forks for only $1. That's right, $1. Plus, get 0% financing for 60 months. But hurry, the offer ends soon at James River Equipment Company, 703 North Post Road, Highway 180 North in Shelby. Online at jamesriverequipment.com.
Sooner or later, everyone wants to make their home dreams a reality. I'm sure you've seen the television shows and flip through magazines and you know what you want. Or then again, maybe you're not sure. You know that you want something different and something better. Get started today by contacting the building professionals at Key Builders in Lincoln. Visit the website at keybuildersnc.com and check out their many floor plans. There's one there for you and your family. Key Builders, locally owned and operated at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. See the page at whatsupshopper.com and like them on Facebook too.
Back here at Hickory, getting ready for the second half kickoff. Teams are back on the field warming up as they keep putting a couple extra minutes on the clock and a couple extra minutes on the clock. Nah, it's only 3, but they do it every time. I don't know why they just don't add
Says
time.
homecoming this late this season?
No, because teams
That's
wouldn't
we
even be
usually
out
do the
yet. We did, 4 straight homecomings in a
Yes.
row, I think.
And then a senior night for North Lincoln on top of it with 26 seniors.
Oh, my goodness. We are the festivity play-by-play and color duo. So you're listening to Lincoln County High School football, brought to you by KTC Broadcasting and our title sponsor, Bug Busters of Lincolnton. And we thank all them and all of our sponsors this season for supporting high school football on the radio, whether it's KTC Broadcasting or LincolnCounty.com, or even tonight, we're on WCSL Cherryville 92.9. We thank you for joining us wherever you might be. So we're getting ready, and as we were talking about at halftime off the air, this is really a must-score possession for North Lincoln. And I can't believe I'm saying that at the beginning of the second half of a state playoff game. We are the 4th round. We're down to 8 teams playing, and you're at the point where you're beginning of the second half is like they really need to get a touchdown on this drive.
Yeah, again, as we were mentioning it, kind of off the air on the commercial breaks, that other than the kick, if there was no kickoff, you're talking about 21-17 ball game.
Yes.
And again, a great way for North Lincoln to finish the first half with that great drive. But they can put themselves right in the ball game here with a touchdown, and we'll see how it goes.
So Brendan McCourt kicks it high, short, 10-yard line, fielded by Folk. He goes straight up the middle. He's got an opening, gets across the 30, across the 35, out to the 40, and he's finally brought down there. But again, good field position for North Lincoln. They've had that tonight several times.
Yeah, like I say, they just, we've seen them now 6 weeks in a row, and Folk and Agee, when they get the ball, they run hard. Like I say, one of the kickoffs that Agee was returned, he got here to the sideline, and I think Hickory thought he was going to run out of bounds. He cut it back up and got a few extra yards. He goes right at him. They are not ashamed of contact. And like I say, and they're motivated. They don't want their season to end. And this is, like I say, a big drive for North Lincoln here.
So 13-0 Hickory, 12-1 North Lincoln, 2 excellent football teams. But North Lincoln definitely needs a score here. Sipe hands it off to Wingate. He goes over the right side. Not much there. Gain of 3 maybe. Gets out to the 43.
And again, that little adjustment on the offensive side, a little tighter formation on one side, take out the receivers to one other side, the wide side of the field most times. Try to spread that Hickory backside, that secondary, some of their outside linebackers, try to create some lanes, and it's been a little bit of effective here the last half quarter or so.
Just want to reassure everybody, Scott is here with us when Hickory has the ball. It's just tough to get a word in edgewise.
I'm just trying to help my partner out as I can.
Sipe keeps it, goes around the left side, is across midfield. It'll be a first down. Turner Hauser Insurance first down. He's finally gang tackled at the 47, but he doesn't go down.
Yeah, he's been a little bit of the X factor, like I say. I mean, we know him, like I said, cover him as much as we do. And like I said, Sipe hasn't had to do too much really in the playoff games that we've covered. But tonight he's done an excellent job cutting it up, planting that foot in the ground, getting vertical, and doing a fantastic job. And so, yeah, they're going to have to account for all 3 phases of the game tonight.
And they've really tried to take away the outside. I mean, Tim Folk's got a couple good gains. He's got 28 yards, Landon Agee 19, and those guys have been just gashing other teams. So Sipe is stepping into the breach and helping him out. Turner Hauser Insurance first down. Knights at the 47-yard line of Hickory. And we're going to have motion on the right side of the line for North Lincoln, and that is the last thing they really need. They really cannot afford these sort of things.
Yeah, like I said, the drives that they pretty much didn't score on in the first half, this is how they went. Maybe a pretty good start, and then either a fumble on one of them where they got pushed back behind the sticks, and then a couple of the other ones, these penalties. And so it definitely can't happen against Hickory. And we heard it from the coach, and they're taking a timeout.
Now, they haven't marked off the penalty yardage.
What was that before then, that penalty, I wonder? Obviously it had to be.
I would say so.
Interesting.
All right, we'll take a quick timeout here and sort things out. We'll be back with the first down play for the Knights after this.
Built upon a solid foundation of cast iron and steel, the Kubota L-Series is part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated #1 for reliability. They feature powerful Kubota diesel engines and easy operation. The durable Kubota L-Series. Talk to your local Kubota dealer today to schedule a demo. Go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, located at 126 Bessie Drive on Oak Grove Road at the Highway 74 bypass in Kings Mountain. Explore.
It's back here at Hickory. It is 1st and 10 for the Knights after the timeout. They have the ball at the Hickory 47-yard line on a must-score drive.
Well, now if there's no penalty, they're doing a good job.
Yeah, so I'm going to wipe that 5-yard penalty off the books.
And we didn't see the timeout.
It must have been a timeout beforehand or something. So, handoff. Bit of a reverse to Folk. He breaks through the line. He's across the 20, inside the 10. Nice play there. That was one of those kind of inside handoff, reverse motion kind of things they tried to run in the first half. Didn't work out so well. That time it did. Folk gets all the way down. Well, they're marking him at the 11-yard line. So a gain of 36 on that play. And it'll be 1st and 10. Another Turner Hauser Insurance for the Knights now in the red zone.
Yeah, I can say almost like a little counter play. They get the motion going sort of one direction, and then they pull the, well, in that case, it's the front side guards because it's the counter, and they come underneath. And that's the biggest play they've done on when they kind of had that play call tonight.
Early second half, Knights have had the ball. Sipe keeps it around the right side, up and into the end zone. Touchdown, Knights. Nice play, like we were saying. Sipe has been the X factor tonight. They had AG out there looking as the pitch man. They covered the pitch man, but they left Sipe alone. He cut it up, went across the 5 and into the end zone. So it'll be a touchdown for the Knights, an Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram touchdown with a James River Equipment conversion upcoming. We don't know if it's going to be 2.
There it is.
And it is. They are going for 2. AG tries to get to the corner, and
flag on the play.
There's a flag on the play.
And it came from the referee.
There's a flag. Now, it looks like AG got into the end zone, although there is a discussion over there of whether he did. The pylon got knocked over, so you would think he got in the end zone. We'll have to wait and see. There is a flag. This is what we've seen North Lincoln do. They'll line up and either convert into the PAT.
How is there a false start after the play is already run?
So they take those points off the board. That would have made it a 3-point ball game. So kicking the extra points fine earlier, then go for 2 now. Analytics say, yeah, you get it to 3 points. So there's a false start, but it isn't until after the play is over?
Like I said, that's unless I missed another flag. That one came from the referee as AG was hitting the pylon.
So now Dillingham is lining up like he's going to try the extra point. It's 28-23. That would make it a 4-point game if it is good. So the James River equipment is going to be a PAT attempt. Snap, hold, kick is up, and it's pounded through yet again. So with 9:27 to go in the third quarter, it's Hickory 28, North Lincoln 24. You're listening to high school football on KTC Broadcasting.
Below the outdoors with a Can-Am from Power Max Motorsports at Iron Station. From open road to the trails, there's a Can-Am right for you. And now the new 2025 Can-Ams are in stock. And ask about promotional financing on the remaining 2024 Can-Am models. And see the street-legal, road-ready Can-Ams with heating and air conditioning. And be sure to check out the end-of-the-season deals on the remaining Toro mowers. That's Power Max Motorsports, 3636 East Highway 27 in Iron Station. Online at PowerMaxMotorsports.com.
So while we were in the commercial there, Coach Basil and the referee have been having a very lengthy discussion. I'm not sure what that was, but it sounded like somebody was going to come through the wall here about what was going on, and they're still having a discussion. So North Lincoln, with a 4-play, 60-yard drive that took 2 minutes and 33 seconds to run 4 plays. They are the anti-Hickory as far as time of possession. Hickory says, we don't care. We're going to score quick. That's fine. You can keep the ball for another 4 minutes. We're going to go score in another minute. So it's 28-24. Jake Dillingham lined up to kick. And he's not very far back, so I don't think, he's not going to kick this deep. He kicks it short. Ball's fielded at the 18-yard line by Ellis Chappell. He breaks towards the far sideline, then comes back, and he gets to the 33-yard line. But again, it prevents that 87-yard return.
Yeah, a little more angle on it to kind of keep it towards the sideline, so there's really only one direction he can go. If he doesn't go straight up, of course, they have that covered. And so they make him kind of go east-west more than north-south. That's the second time they've done it and been pretty successful with it.
Okay, grab a breath here. Here, Hickory's got the ball at their own 33. And we'll see how fast they go this time. Chappell in motion. Stober throws over the middle. Pass is juggled and caught. Catch is made by number 13. Amari. I'm trying to remember his last name. Damarian Lee. And it'll be a first down for the Tornadoes. Ball out the 45. Stover back to pass again. Throws. He's going down the sideline looking for Little. Little makes the adjustment and the catch. Gets it at the 19-yard line. 36 yards on that pass. And 2 plays, and they're already in the red zone. My goodness. So hand off to Isaiah Lackey. I think that's just trying to keep things honest. If he happens to break it, great. But he gets maybe a yard down to the 18-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 9. 2 wide receivers each side. Stober looks over the sideline. Wow, the play clock's already down to 20.
Yeah, I need to slow down a little bit.
My goodness. 15. Oh, they're getting positively geriatric here. Stober looks, steps up, runs, gets away from Ryan Bassani. He's across the 15, the 10, gets down inside the 5-yard line. North Lincoln trying to strip the ball, but he's finally tackled. And here comes the jumbo package for Hickory. As Stober rushes the ball, it looked like that was a called quarterback run there.
Yeah, I think they were trying to maybe throw a little bubble screen out to the left. He thought it was covered. He read his one read and then took off.
Lackey in the Wildcat takes a snap, goes over the left side, nothing there. It'll be 2nd and goal. He might have gotten half a yard on that play. Now we'll give him a full yard to get it all the way down to the 2-yard line. Again, Stober, I'm not sure if he's even in the game, but if the only one lined up in the backfield was Lackey on that play.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a read here. They come out of the huddle quick and get right to it.
Yep, Lackey in the Wildcat, picks his way through, dives, and they're saying he's short. They're marking him about the half-yard line. He tried to dive through the pile, get to the end zone. He was unsuccessful, and it's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, it was a good job there by Tim Falk, getting up there and finishing them off. But again, there's Lackey.
And this time he goes into the right side. There's not much there. Depends on the spot. Is he going to be in or not? A lot of squirming at the bottom of the pile.
No sign yet.
Waiting for a signal.
Good push there from the North Lincoln defense.
Yes, they did a good job getting in there and stuffing that.
They're marking it short.
They're marking it short. And the other thing that's hurting him is the fact that he's in the Wildcat and he's 4 yards in the backfield. That's the thing I've always screamed at the TV about. When you've got short yardage, don't line up in the shotgun.
Well, you know, that's my favorite.
So here we go, 4th down. Ball at the half-yard line. Lackey in the shotgun, and this time he's going to get in for the touchdown. Dives over the left side. North Lincoln's pointing that he didn't get in. And actually, Tim Falk is holding the football.
I think he had already crossed the plane.
Must be.
Yeah, he left his feet there. I kind of had the binoculars on him a little bit, trying to get a better read. And it was a good push there from that left side of the Hickory front, and he kind of extended out across the plane and into the end zone.
So that's a James River Equipment PAT upcoming for McCourt. Kick is up, and it's good. So with 5:54 to go in the 3rd quarter, Hickory's now back out to an 11-point margin, 35-24. You're listening to North Lincoln Football on KTC Broadcasting.
Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln has been serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina since 1919. Sure, they deliver to your home with home heating oils. They'll help keep you warm, but they do a whole lot more. They feature bulk fuel delivery, on-site and commercial fueling, backup generator fueling, and farm and agricultural fueling. For home or business or farms, call on Rhodes and Bill Oil Company in Lincoln, 704-735-2508. Online at rhodesandbill.com, located at 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too.
So North Lincoln with a great stand there at the goal line as they stuff him 3 times on goal-to-go plays. They got it down to the half-yard line, and finally Isaiah Lackey's able to dive in over the left side for the touchdown. McCourt adds the extra point, and it's 35-24. We're about halfway through the 3rd quarter. Plenty of time to go, but North Lincoln came close to a stop there, but just couldn't quite get the last half yard to keep them from getting in the end zone.
Yeah, great defensive front there, pushes, but Lackey just found a hole there on that last one for the score.
So kickoff goes to Landon Agee. He gets the ball at the 5-yard line, just, again, straight up the middle, come right at him, and he gets it all the way out to the 40-yard line. 39.
39, that's good enough. Yeah, like you say, they almost the opposite of Hickory in a way. Like say AG and Folk, they just go straight forward. They don't dodge anything. They don't try to go around you too much, and that was just a good return. They've been doing this all night.
1st and 10 at their own 39, trailing now by 11 again. Wouldn't get the only one in the backfield. Uh-oh, that's not good. Sipe tried to keep the ball, tried to pitch it, fumbled, was able to crawl back to it, barely. That almost was a turnover to Hickory there.
Yeah, that was maybe like a turf sort of fumble. That ball just hit the ground and just sort of died right there. And a good thing for Sipe because there was a Hickory player right on top.
So that'll be 2nd and 12 after the loss of 2. Again, this is the last thing North Lincoln needs to see. They do not like to be behind the sticks. 2nd and 12. AG in motion. Sipe keeps it, and there's not much there. I'm not sure Wingate had much going up the middle either as an option, so he keeps it, and he gets slung down. Another loss on that play of a yard. 3rd and 13.
Yeah, I think they're maybe catching on a little bit. That Sipe's trying to hang on to it just a little bit more. But again, Sipe's done a great job all year of recognizing such things and getting the ball where he needs to get it. Big play here, though.
2 wide receivers to the far side of the formation, short side of the field. Hand off to Wingate. He gets up to about the 40-yard line, but a flag flies in from the official on the far side of the formation. We'll wait to see what the call is.
Might be one of those you might decline since it's going to be 4th and 9 or 10.
Yeah, about 4th and 9. He did get to the 40s where they're marking it. Illegal shift, and yes, it is declined by Coach Glass. So they'll take the play where Wingate gained about 4 yards, but that'll make it 4th and 9, and Tanner Ayers coming on to punt. So a grand total of 1 yard for North Lincoln on that possession.
Well, again, yeah, you just can't get behind the sticks. I mean, they were able to kind of avoid having that issue on the last drive. But Hickory did a good job adjusting on this drive.
Little back for Hickory. Ayers with a kick. Good kick. Drives him back to the 20-yard line, but he's got room to run. Gets to the 25, and he spins out of one tackle, then just heads for the turf. He drops at the 23-yard line. I'm not sure I've ever seen a punt returner slide. That's about what he did.
Yeah, ran for 20 yards, but only gained 3.
I did a game with East Lincoln one year where the guy ran to one side of the field, ran all the way back to this side of the field, then turned around and ran all the way back to the other one. Gained about 5 yards, but he ran 105. I was doing PA. Jimmy Cherry wasn't there, and I said, that is the longest 6-yard run you will ever see. Stober back in the shotgun, and this one's being blown dead. And we'll have a legal procedure on Hickory.
That sounded like if they've ever heard of a sarcastic clap from the North Lincoln crowd. There was about 6 people just below us here that clapped.
Yeah, there's more than 6 here, but that's all we can hear. We're in a booth, and we're quite nicely warm, thank you. So 1st and 15 now. Stober, quick out pass. He's got Ellis Chappell, breaks a tackle across the 20, heads to the sideline, gets near the 30. So he'll get the penalty yardage back and a few more. So Rinkus with the stop. They get out to the 30-yard line, so they get 11, and it'll be 2nd and 5.
Well, that's the difference between the two. Hickory can lose 5 yards and pick it up in a quick little play.
Stober, 2-step drop, fires far side of the field, catch is made, and it looks to be Damian Little again. Or Ellis Chappell, 2 and 5 look an awful lot alike. So Chappell with the reception. It'll be a Turner Hauser Insurance first down as the Red Tornadoes get out to the 36-yard line, gain of 6.
Yeah, attacking a little bit more of the perimeter behind the line of scrimmage on this drive. They must have seen something up top. Trying to spread out the North Lincoln defense a little bit.
Again, quick drop, throw. He's got a man on the slant. It's Little, catches it, gets across midfield to the 45-yard line. Nice little slant pattern, catches it, gets some yards after catch to the 45. So a gain of 19 on that pass, and another Turner Hauser Insurance first down.
Yeah, kind of setting that up a little bit. Again, ran 2 sort of bubble screens out to each flat, one right, one left. Corner bites up on it on the 3rd time, and it opens up the middle for Little on the little hitch pattern for the quick gain of 19. And moving the sticks.
Double stack of receivers on each side. Stober hangs off the... It's not Isaiah Lackey this time. It's number 6, Tyler Johnson. Johnson gets across the 30, across the 20, the 10, and he runs it all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Hickory. So it wasn't Isaiah Lackey this time. It was Tyler Johnson. Johnson goes in for the 45-yard touchdown run. It's just, who's going to get you?
Yeah, like I say, we haven't seen that sort of look all night from Hickory. Just a little off-tackle left play, but again, been setting it up with a little hitch plays on the passing game. Passes out to the flat, and then just, boom, turn around and hit you with a Speedy.
Yeah,
running.
Tyler Johnson. Good job by him, the senior. McCourt on for the extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. So with 1:39 to play in the third quarter, it's Hickory 42, North Lincoln 24. You're listening to high school football on KTC Broadcasting.
Start up the savings on your auto insurance with a stop at Turner Hauser Insurance Group in downtown Lincoln, your area insurance agency. Jamie Hauser invites you to stop in and find out how you can save money on all of your insurance needs, from home to auto to commercial to farm to life. Visit them at their office at 228 East Main Street, downtown Lincoln. Just look for the big blue awning. That's Turner Hauser Insurance Group, your area insurance agency. Call 704-732-9577 or visit the website at turnerhauserins.com.
So a 5-play drive for Hickory. They go 76 yards. That's about right.
Might be their average.
Might be a little above their average, but not by much. And it didn't take them very long to do it either. But we're down to 1:39. That one might have taken all of 3 minutes.
Okay.
Because they did take a little time between some plays. A little bit, at least by their standards. So it's now an 18-point margin. McCourt will kick off, and a low bouncing kick up the middle, and Ryan Bassani just falls on it. And they'll have it 1st and 10 at the 27-yard line. And North Lincoln at this point just needs a touchdown on every possession.
Yeah, this kind of reminds us of me anyway. I'm sure you as well, the game last year. We're into it, got to the third quarter. Looked like they may have, kept themselves in the game, and then Hickory just tweaks it just a little bit, as you mentioned. Not as fast as they've been kind of doing all game, but a little bit more deliberate on that drive.
So 1st and 10 for the Knights at their own 27-yard line. Again, 2 wide receivers each side. Sipe keeps it, and he looks to turn it up. The pitch to Agee was covered quite well, so he tries to gain some yardage, and it looks like maybe a gain of 1. Oh, thank you, the PA announcer.
Hey,
told me I was correct. How nice.
Again, Hickory's just made little adjustments on both sides of the ball. Now they're pretty much taking Sipe out of it.
And they're still covering the pitch well enough. He couldn't get it to Agee. Handoff here. This goes to Folk. Folk breaks through the right side, gets out to the 40-yard line. He's wrestled down. Flags coming in from every direction. It's going to be a face mask on Hickory. So Folk gets it out to the 42-yard line, gain of 14, and they'll tack on another 15 yards after that. So personal foul, face mask. It'll be a 15-yard penalty. And so you get the run to the 41, and then you get the penalty. So it'll be a Turner Hauser Insurance first down, and they will have it at, they get done marking it off here,
43, 44.
43-yard line. Seeing how that's 16 yards they marked off. That's what was throwing me off. They marked off 16 yards.
They don't make mistakes.
Nope, never. Sight back to pass, throws. He's got a receiver going down the middle of the field. That's Agee, but well played. And actually the closest person to it was, is that Roland, number 16?
I believe so. That would have, as you mentioned, he said there was 11 interceptions on the season is the Hickory record.
And he's got 10. He was the closest one to that. Had his hand up, but it went over the top of his hand by about 1.5 feet. So that's the 4th pass of the night for North Lincoln. It's about their average. 2 completed, 2 not completed. And we're getting inside a minute here. 35.8 to go in the third quarter. Knights need a lot of points quick. Pitch to Agee. He gets around the right side, across the 30. He's got a first down. He gets tackled at the 27-yard line. So gain of 16 on that play. And this is what North Lincoln has done, though. They've got good offensive numbers tonight. It's just a play here, a penalty there. They get in the wrong position, and Hickory makes them pay for it. They're opportunistic defensively.
Yeah, like I say, and then, of course, Hickory just scores on every possession. And, like say, penalties and tackles for loss for Hickory doesn't really affect them. They just keep at it. And this, what we got going? I got a timeout?
We got a timeout. Oh, no, they hadn't started the clock. So now the clock's rolling, and that'll be it. That'll be the end of the third quarter. On the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard with locations in Lincolnton, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln, it's Hickory 42, North Lincoln 28. You're listening to high school football on KTC Broadcasting and WCSL Cherryville 92.9.
I work my tractors really hard. I give all they've got. I demand as much horsepower as they can possibly give me. I tell you what, I've had these Coyote tractors for probably 10 years now. They've served me well. Been good.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, the 27 West intersection in Vail.
So time now for the fourth quarter, brought to you by our title sponsor, Bug Busters of Lincolnton. And as you were saying, this looks eerily familiar to what we saw last year. North Lincoln in the game, Hickory with a lead, and then late third quarter, early fourth quarter, they blew the game open and won, 42-28 last year, I think it was?
That's correct.
Well,
yes.
we're at 42-24.
Oh, well, we're good.
We're not far off. So this looks really familiar. A mistake here or a penalty there, just a fumble that maybe loses a couple yards where you keep possession, but now you're behind the chains, and it's just enough to make some differences here tonight. Handoff, kind of an inside handoff, little misdirection there to Folk. Not much there. Was it Agee or Folk on the carry?
Agee's coming out of the pile.
Okay, we'll say Agee with a carry on that one. And that's for no gain. So the ball will stay on the 27-yard line.
Like you say, North Lincoln, it's just not North Lincoln's MO. They want to get behind the sticks, and two, to catch up.
Hand off to Wingate, tries the left side. Submarines into the pile there for a couple of yards. Well, they're saying one. So not much on that play. And here we go. It's the same kind of thing. Now we're at 3rd and 9. They like it better if they're 3rd or 4 and less. Or just go ahead and get the first down in 2 plays and not have to worry. Third and 9 from the 26. Sipe keeps it. Fakes the pitch. Nice job. He's across the 20. He got an opening. He's down inside the 10-yard line. Really nice fake on that one.
Yeah, like I say, great job there by Sipe. Like I say, he's been doing that all night. Like I say, he kind of acts like a lot of times when he runs the option, like he does tuck it, like he's going to run. That time he tucked it, then acted like he was going to pitch it, and then kept it. And got a great gain on that one for a Turner Hauser Insurance first down. Puts the ball, I guess that's first and goal, right?
10.
Right at the 10.
On the 10, so they need to get in the end zone. No chance of a first down. And he had a big hole in the left side. It was a great decision. Hand off to Wingate up the middle. He bowls forward, gets to about the 6. But again, they need to do this quickly. Clock is rolling. Yes, there's 10.5 minutes to go, but they are still going a bit deliberately here. I know that's what they do, but they do need to line up a little bit quicker now, probably, and
definitely
get the plays off faster. Sipe on the inside, handoff, goes to Agee. Agee reaches forward, and he's across the goal line. Touchdown, North Lincoln. An Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lincolnton touchdown. And it makes it 42-30 with a James River Equipment conversion upcoming.
Yeah, they've been pretty successful, like you say, on that little underneath handoff, little counter action. They've gotten big plays on that play all night, and that one, of course, that was needed. We're here with 10 minutes to go. After this point after attempt, get them inside 11. You wonder if maybe this is a two-pointer. We'll see what they do.
I don't know if you do it yet. Keep kicking points until you get it to where it's down to single digits. And that's... That was... He's wearing number...
Is that Folk that kicked that extra point?
Or was that... Where's Dillingham? I don't see a number 9. Did he put on a different uniform? We're trying to figure out who that was on the extra point. I think that was Dillingham.
Is that a number 9 in front of us? It looks like in sweatpants?
Yeah, but he's
That's
too
not
big
him.
to be Dillingham. I'm not sure what's going on. Dillingham's numbers on the sideline, but that kick looked like Dillingham.
It looks like a offensive lineman.
I think they switched uniforms.
Can you do that?
I guess if you report it. So the extra point's good. We're assuming it's by Jake Dillingham.
I mean, it was
brought to you by
left-footed.
James River Equipment of Shelby. And so it's 42-31. So it's 42-31. Again, 10 minutes to play in the ball game. And yeah, that's...
I don't know, but isn't Dillingham left-footed?
Yeah, but if he's lining up to just pooch it, he's probably going to put it down in this corner here the way he's lined up. Yep. And it goes out of bounds. He's wearing number 73, and I guarantee you that is not Preston Jones. It's too small to be him. I wonder if that's Preston now on the sideline with his...
I wonder if maybe he got blood on it some way.
Maybe.
They'll switch jerseys out because of that.
So the ball went out of bounds at the 38-yard line. We'll see where they mark it. I'm pretty sure that's Dillingham. The only other person they have is Blake Phillips that kicks for them. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Hickory at their own 41 after the penalty on the out-of-bounds kick. Again, trying to keep it away from Little and Chapel. That's a good move. But they do get a shorter field for them. Although no field's probably too short the way they move the ball. 2 wide receivers to each side. Lackey in the backfield to the right of Stober in the shotgun. Snap, handoff. That's not Lackey. That's Tyler Johnson. The ball's out. And North Lincoln saying they have it. Waiting for the official signal. Official signaling second down. Well, that's interesting. The entire team for North Lincoln was signaling they have the ball. It wasn't just one guy. So it's 2nd and 5. Was it Tyler Johnson that was in on that? Or was it Lackey?
I don't think that was Lackey.
I don't think it was Lackey. I think it was Tyler Johnson, but he's not in the game now.
Yeah, now you got Lackey.
Low snap, fielded by Stober. He's going to throw long. Receiver broke off the pattern. He was looking for a deep out, and he throws it over the receiver by about 20 yards.
Oh, it's an interesting development there.
I don't get... I mean, the North Lincoln fans obviously aren't very happy about that when the sideline and the entire team signaling they have the football, and the referee goes 2nd down. And now it'll be 3rd and 5 after the incomplete pass. Clock stop, 9:23 to go. A stop here would help North Lincoln greatly. Be almost as good as getting the football back where they would have had it. Again, low snap. Stober, double pumps, clutches, throws it. He's got Chapel. Did he get a foot down? They're saying he did. Catch is made at the 29-yard line. So Jamian Little, with a nice catch on the sideline, gets a foot down. and it's a gain of 25, and a Turner Hauser Insurance first down, and that quiets the North Lincoln faithful. Stober sidearm ones rather, towards the sidelines, looking for Little again, sails out of bounds. I didn't say throw it sidearm like somebody. I didn't say the name. Say the name.
You can say it. We beat them.
Oh, now it's not such a bad
At
thing.
least now.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't count for anything.
Buffalo Scott over here, isn't he? Not Buffalo Bill. Hand off to Lackey. He's dancing around behind the line of scrimmage. Finds an opening, goes around the right side, gets out of bounds. Nice stiff arm.
Some folks not going to like that one.
No, he pushed out of bounds at the 23, so he gets 6, and they'll make it 3rd and short. Looks like about 4 yards. And the thing with Hickory, though, is, yeah, they'll go down and score fast, but this is a point of the game. You're up 11 in this. Wouldn't you want to run a little bit of clock off? Because they've not even run off a minute yet on this drive. I mean, if you score, that's great.
Yeah, it looks like, again, they're a little bit more deliberate here, kind of like they were in the last possession. But
on this particular play, the clock stopped because of the out of bounds. Stober back to pass, looks, flushed out of the pocket by Rinkus. He's running towards the left side, jukes around Bassani. Ryan Bassani looking up the sky. He had Stober stopped for no gain.
This one's coming back if they want to.
Oh, if they want to. I think they will. You got a holding call against Hickory, and that'll push it back. So it looked like he was going to be about a yard short of the first down based on where it was marked.
Okay.
He got to the 21. Sticks are about the 20, but that's all for naught. Still, Bassani would love to have had him in the backfield, tackle him, take the play, and force 4th down. Now with a 10-yard penalty, it'll be 3rd and 14 as they get pushed back to the 33-yard line. Between the stadium lights and the light in this booth, I'm just going to glare.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of sitting. Staying up, I like it's in my face.
Stober back to pass. He's got time. Just missed by, and finally he's brought down. Nice pursuit. Really staying after it was North Lincoln. Who was that on the sack? Finally.
Is that Sturgill 15?
15 is Sturgill, and he was chased for a long time by number 50, Grant Mullen. But they sack him back to the 46-yard line. That's going to bring up 4th and a lot. And look at this. Hickory has a punter. We weren't sure. First time tonight we've seen them punt the football, at least line up to punt. It is 4th and a lot. About 26. Flags down. Thrown as soon as the play.
I don't know. The ball went out at 25. I don't know what you do here. Can you add it on to the end? I think it was a movement. Surprised they didn't.
Yeah, went as soon as it was snapped. Rinkus is pointing at Hickory, saying it's against them. So here's the signal. Illegal procedure against Hickory. So they'll back them up 5. And they'll punt it again. Now we're at.
Yeah, I think they would have got the ball at the 25 where he kind of lateraled it off the side of his foot.
So it's 4th down and 35. He looks to fake. He's being chased in the backfield. Throws. He's got a man downfield. And it's no good. It falls to the turf. The punter, number 14.
That's
Maddox McCree.
I was going to say, that's the backup quarterback.
Oh, that is the backup quarterback.
Yeah, we saw him in pregame.
We saw him in pregame. So he throws it on the fake. He had a receiver open, but he threw it about 4 yards in front of him. It falls incomplete, and North Lincoln will take over on downs. So timeout's taken by Hickory after the fake punt and non-conversion. North Lincoln will have the football.
It's It's on
at the Hickory 49-yard line.
It's on the plus side of the field.
Yeah, that's the best field position I think anybody's had tonight.
That's interesting. Like you say, well, I guess that's a plus 26 then on the punt. Decline.
Yeah, it was with a decline penalty. Plus, let's see. It was 4th and 35 anyway. He would have had to get a good kick just to get it to the first down mark.
Right.
That's what I was trying to figure
Still
out
better
before
than
the
your own
kick.
49-yard line, though.
True. Either one's better.
Yeah, that's a little bit suspect on that particular call.
And we got an 11-point ball game, so if they can go down and get a quick score, maybe go for 2, get it to 3, and then who knows what happens.
Far from over.
Far from over. You knew North Lincoln. They're 12-1. They're not going to give up. They play hard every game no matter what, but they were not going to give in. So they have the ball at the Hickory 49. Wingate takes it, goes through the right side, gets down to the 46, so a gain of 3 there. That's his 16th carry I have of the night for him. And again, clock's rolling here. You would think they would kind of speed well, they have a little bit. They're breaking the huddle a little bit quicker here. 25 on the play clock. Again, 1 wide receiver to each side. They only have 1 wing back, and they do have a receiver in the slot down the bottom here. Sipe keeps it, and there's not much there. He's running around, and he's going to lose yardage there eventually. He was trying to find an opening. The pitch was covered. There was no one to throw to. And he gets tackled back at his own 49, so that'll be a loss of 5 on that play.
Yeah, there's nobody to pitch to, no lanes to run through on that one. You would think maybe, it's obviously easier to say up here, maybe just fall down to minimize that loss, trying to get something out of nothing. And
I'm not sure he really ended up losing all that much.
Okay.
Maybe a couple extra yards, but it wasn't, you're right, it wasn't going anywhere, just drop, and that's it. All right, sight back to pass, looks to throw, and oh my goodness, Jamian Little was sitting on that one. He at least got a finger on it enough to deflect it so Aaron Doden could not make the catch, but boy, that was looking like pick 6 the other direction. That's why I gave the you could see him lurking. It was just, you're waiting for the Jaws music to start up. Dun, 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 dun. This is a team that has 28 interceptions this year.
That's right. Yeah, and like I say, Jamian Little, if there's one guy you definitely don't want catching the ball, he was thinking 6, and that maybe is why he dropped it.
Because Doden was flat-footed, and Little's coming at speed. There was no way he was going to get within 10 yards of him. 4th down, sight back to pass, 4 receivers in the pattern. He throws one down the middle, and Roland's the closest one to it. It was intended for Aaron Doden, but the thing there, just let it fall. Knock it down, let it fall. It's 4th down.
Well, it's Roland, so maybe he's going for that,
school record, but still.
Record. I know, yeah.
The smart move is to just let it hit the turf. You get the ball, and now you get the ball at the other team's plus 49-yard line. 6:21 to go in the game. Still 11-point lead for Hickory. 3 straight incompletions for North Lincoln. Team that doesn't pass often. They do it okay, but they just don't do it often. Stober back, quick out pattern. He's got his receiver, catches made in the flat. That's Jamian Little again. That's probably, about 10 catches on the night for him. Every other time there's a completion, it's to him. So they pick up 5 on the short. That's almost like a run play for them.
Yeah, he just basically runs 3 yards, little hitch, turns around and catches it. And they've got great timing with it between him and Stober.
And you've got to give them enough of a cushion with their speed. Look at the cushion at the top of the window here. It's about an 8-yard cushion on the receiver. They just keep throwing the out, and then all of a sudden just turn one up. Another out pattern here, catch is made. High throw, but it's brought in by number 13, Demarion Lee. He'll be short of the first down as he gets to the 41. Short gain of 3 on that play.
As you mentioned, this is a lot like North Lincoln with runs. Just 3 or 4 yards at a clip.
And the clock's rolling.
Clock's rolling.
Because it's not hitting the turf. Just over 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Hickory with an 11-point lead, 42-31. 3 wide receivers to the far side of the field. Hand off to Lackey. He breaks through, and there's no one home. He's across the 30, the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown. You keep throwing those short patterns, and you really sell out trying to stop it, and then there's nobody in the second level. And it is a Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lincolnton touchdown, and that one may be the dagger.
Yeah, like I say, as you mentioned, just a great job from Hickory, just attacking the perimeter. First couple passes, first couple plays, things open up, and Lackey untouched.
So James River PAT being attempted by Brendan McCourt. He's been perfect on the night. And kick is up, and he's 7 for 7. And with 4:47 to go in the ball game, it's Hickory 49, North Lincoln 31. You're listening to Lincoln County Football on KTC Broadcasting and WCSL Cherryville, 92.9 in Cherryville.
For the folks in Cherryville and Shelby, I'm sure you remember when the Western Steer was in your town, and we wish they were still here. But I've got good news. There's a Western Steer just a few minutes up the road in Newton. From Cherryville, hop on Highway 321 Business. And from Shelby, go Highway 18 to 10 to Newton. You get real comfort food, home-cooked style with down-home hospitality. Try their big unbeatable buffet or order from their menu. And they've got a party room for big groups. The Western Steer in Newton, 334 Southwest Boulevard in Newton at the Highway 10 and 321 Business intersection. Open Wednesday through Sunday. Explore the out.
And with that touchdown, some of the Hickory fans have said, okay, we're good. We're going to be home next week. We're going home now. It's cold because it is below freezing here. It's down in the 20s. Fortunately, there's no wind that I can see. The flags on the goalposts are just kind of wobbling a little bit. But 4:47 to go. Hickory now up by 18 again. McCourt just dribbles it down the middle of the field. Picked up there at the 21-yard line. Good hard return there. That's number 15. Sturgill. He gets it out to the 30-yard line. But you got a big hole for North Lincoln now. And again, this game is just eerily similar to the one we saw here last year in the playoffs.
Like you say, there's a few North Lincoln people, even it might be more weather related, but they have been in it all year. I mean, again, still plenty of time to go here, but North Lincoln fans hanging out, cheering their team on.
Inside handoff to Folk. He goes through the left side, twirls around, gets out to about the 34-yard line. Short gain, but they need chunk plays at this point. You're at that point. You've got to get some chunk plays.
Yeah, like you say, I don't even know if they have a 2-minute offense. So we saw them last time try to pass the ball, went 0 for 3 there in the last 3 plays. They just pretty much call the play, get out of the huddle quick. That's about as fast as they can move.
And the way they do things, that's normally good enough, but tonight against Hickory, it's not. Pitch is behind Agee. He fumbles it, bounces back up to him. He gets it, gets out to the 36-yard line, somehow manages to gain 3 yards on the play. But he has been bottled up except for 1 run tonight and 1 catch down the middle. He is not. That is a weapon they have taken away for the most part tonight. Actually, it was Tim Folk with both catches, so it wasn't even Agee. So he's had a rough night, not been able to contribute on the outside like he normally would.
Yeah, like you say, he did a fantastic job there in the first half last week, but they must have really paid attention to that because they've been all over him tonight.
Wingate up the middle. He's got a first down and more. Gets out across the 45. Tackled at the 46. It's a Turner Hauser Insurance first down after a gain of 9 for, I almost said Lackey. It's Wingate. Wrong team.
Looks like we got a Hickory player down.
So I've got him at 17 carries for 99 yards, so he would officially be over 2,000 yards for the season.
Number 12 for Hickory, Abernathy, I believe. Yeah, Quinn Abernathy, banged up a little bit.
Probably got rolled up a little bit. There was a big wad of people going along with Wingate there.
They're checking his left leg.
At this point with Coach Glass, he's like, okay, let's just get out of here. No more injuries. We've got another game next week, it looks like.
Good time maybe to see what's up, shopper.
Yeah, we haven't seen anything lately, but let's see what's there. 21-21, Shelby and Monroe. Boy, what a ball game there. Tarboro up easily. Still showing 7-0 Corvian over Mount Airy. That's surprising. We may have another defending state champion go down tonight, but it doesn't look like it's going to be the 3A champ.
No, like you say, they're just, like you mentioned, Hickory doing Hickory things. West Charlotte 21, Dudley 7.
Well, that game got off to a quick start, and now it's kind of bogged down. Dudley was probably like, holy cow, somebody scored 20 points on us. Quick pitch to Folk. He's around the left side, across midfield, across the 45, dragged down at the 41. So a good gain there. Folk gets about 11 yards on that play, and they're at the Hickory 41-yard line. 3 minutes to go. Stands are emptying out on the far side for Hickory. Sipe keeps it, and he slides down about the 35-yard line. Good gain on that play, 7 yards. And he's done a good job tonight. It's just the second half, except for one run, they've really taken him out of it. He was really giving him fits earlier. Second and 3. Hand off to Wingate again, goes to the right side. And they're saying he's down. Jamie and Little had picked up the ball, but he was down by contact. So the ball will be at the 28-yard line. It'll be a Turner Hauser Insurance first down. And Wingate with another 7 yards on that carry. Just a clock running down right at 2 minutes to go as it snapped. Handoff goes to number 20, Landon Agee. Kind of the misdirection reverse going to the right side. He gets down to the 20.
2 yards short.
Yeah, just 2 yards short, so he got 8 on that play. And I don't think Hickory minds the fact that they're giving up a few yards here because they're sure the first down and the clock keeps going. 90 seconds left. Wingate up the middle. He's going to get one more touchdown this season. This time he scores from 20 yards out. It's an Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram of Lincolnton touchdown, and it's 49-37 with the extra point coming on. And let's see who comes on to kick this time.
73, that would know it. I don't even know if they're going to kick it. They're going to go for 2?
Might as well at this point. So 20-yard touchdown run by Wingate. He's had 30 touchdowns on the season coming in. He's got a couple more tonight.
Going for 2.
Going for 2. That'll get it down to a 10-point margin. Handoff goes to Wingate. He goes up the middle, and it's good. So the James River equipment conversion is good. And with 1 minute, 26 seconds to go, it's Hickory 49, North Lincoln 39. We'll be back with the probable onside kick after this timeout.
The outdoors with a Can-Am from Power Max Motorsports at Iron Station. From open road to the trails, there's a Can-Am right for you. And now the new 2025 Can-Ams are in stock. And ask about promotional financing on the remaining 2024 Can-Am models. And see the street-legal, road-ready Can-Ams with heating and air conditioning. And be sure to check out the end-of-the-season deals on the remaining Toro mowers. That's Power Max Motorsports, 3636 East Highway 27 in Iron Station. Online at PowerMaxMotorsports.com.
Back here at David Elders Field here in Hickory High School. And number 73 is on to kick. It's definitely not Preston Jones because it is that uniform is too big for Dillingham.
Almost looks like a dress.
It's about 2 sizes too big for him because Jones is a lineman. So here comes the onside kick. Ball bounces around. It can't be touched until it goes 10 yards. And somehow it kept bouncing. And, again, North Lincoln signaling they have the ball, but we got to wait until the officials say so. We saw this before. And they do have the football. That ball bounced around behind the 50-yard line 2 or 3 times. Hickory made no motion to go at it.
Yeah.
And eventually, when it got right to the 10-yard line,
North Lincoln jumped on it.
yes.
Yeah.
When they're allowed to.
It was a great job by them just waiting for the ball to get to the 10-yard mark before they could touch it. Hickory just waited as well.
And it barely got to the 10-yard mark. I mean, it is sitting right on the 50-yard line.
I mean, that's third bounce or so. Hickory could have just literally just blew right through that line, picked that thing up, and took off.
Yeah, bounces up to them, they score. You've seen that a few times on onsides.
I did.
Somebody blows through. So North Lincoln has the ball, 1:25 to go. Ball at midfield. And we got a trick play here. Throw back to Rinkus. Rinkus throws down the field. He's got a receiver. Catch is made. Wow. A little bit of trickeration there. The lateral to Rinkus. He throws a long pass down the field. It's caught by Aaron Doden. He gets the ball inside the 10 at the 9-yard line. Quick handoff to Wingate. Wingate goes to the left side, gets inside the 5 to the 4. So 41 yards on the reception.
Timeout North Lincoln. That's their second.
So North Lincoln takes a timeout. Wingate carried the ball, got to the 5-yard line, so it was a gain of 4 on that. And, well. 1:02 to go. North Lincoln in the red zone. In fact, they're at the 5-yard line, second and goal. Down 10 points. Punch this in. Kick the extra point. Then what do you think's going to happen again?
Well,
I
got
believe
the
another
onside
onside kick.
time.
They did it once.
Interesting to see which side they pick to do it. Maybe go this way. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Take care of first things first.
First things first. We got to get the score here.
They do have 1 timeout remaining as well. Hickory has 2.
That's immaterial at this point if they don't have the ball.
That's the second time we've heard this. Is there a trap door of something up there?
No, I think it's the door at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay.
I believe it was shut because the whole press box shook. Ah, goodness. I thought somebody...
Between that and your tornado horn.
Oh, jeez.
You're on edge.
I'm having a bad night. I'm going to need help after this. Hand off to Wingate. Up the middle. Bulls his way into the end zone. Touchdown. And this just got really interesting. An Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram touchdown for the Knights. It's 49-45. And the James River Equipment conversion is upcoming. This time Dillingham comes right out. They're not messing around. They're lining up in the extra point formation. So a 5-yard touchdown run for Wingate.
Dillingham to attempt the extra point.
Kick is up. And it's good. So with 58.4 seconds to go, it's 49-46 on the First Federal Savings Bank scoreboard. We'll be back with what's probably going to be another onside kick after this timeout.
Rhodes & Bill Oil Company in Lincoln has been serving the Piedmont of North and South Carolina since 1919. Sure, they deliver to your home with home heating oils. They'll help keep you warm, but they do a whole lot more. They feature bulk fuel delivery, on-site and commercial fueling, backup generator fueling, and farm and agricultural fueling. For home or business or farms, call on Rhodes & Bill Oil Company in Lincoln, 704-735-2508. Online at rhodesandbill.com, located at 1404 East Main Street in Lincoln. Like them on Facebook, too.
Back here at Hickory, David Elder Field, And suddenly, what looked like a walk in the park for Hickory to the finish just 15 minutes ago, now it's a 3-point ball game with less than a minute to play. Do you think Hickory's going to be more aggressive going after this onside kick?
Yeah, now you got to be careful here too, though. I mean, if you go after it, you better corral it. So this is very, very interesting. I wonder if there's going to be a timeout.
Yeah, Hickory, I think, is going to take timeout. Now, who's taking the timeout? I didn't see a signal who took the timeout. Now, in the formation, they had 3 players for North Lincoln on the far side, but 6 on this side. 6 or 7, including. So, but it looked like Dillingham was lined up to kick that way.
Yeah.
Are they showing something?
Yeah, I think they were going to try to maybe fake. I don't know if Dillingham was going to try to maybe act like he was going to go the same direction, but then turn around, or if one of the 3 players that were on that side were going to come
over and kicks
it
towards, because they had many more to the bottom of the field here, closer to us. Now it looks like it's going to be a little bit more even.
It's still
6 and 4. There's 6 on this side, 4 on the far side, and that's where Dillingham is facing. And Hickory has got more players lined up on the bottom side as well. So they're only going against about 3 players up at the top of the field.
Yeah, a little bit.
Towards the Hickory sideline.
Kind of like how they do it when they line up for the PAT. If they're outnumbered, then they pick which way they kick. But, yeah, we'll see what they do.
So the referee just went over to the Hickory sideline, talked to them. Now he's coming all the way over to the North Lincoln side here to talk to Coach Basil. For a game that looked like it was going to be over maybe about 20 minutes ago, it's suddenly gotten very, very interesting.
And the people on the Hickory side were like, oops, I better hang out just a little longer.
Well, they can listen to our broadcast and hear the finish of it. So I'm sure they're I'm sure they're listening to us sitting in their cars. So the North Lincoln crowd is held in here for the most part. They're cheering on the Knights. Cheerleaders are going. And here comes Dillingham waiting for the whistle. Again, 4 to the top of the field, 6 down to this side. He comes around, kicks it towards where the 6 are, and looks like Hickory's going to fall on it this time. They came a little more aggressively. It was picked up or fallen on by number 28, Daryl Holder. He fell on it, and he fell on it before it got 10 yards, before North Lincoln could play it.
Yeah, there was a little bit more pace on that ball, too. It wasn't quite like the first onside kick where it kind of just meandered up to the 10-yard line or the 10-yard mark.
Well, there's a lot of handshakes going on because this is going to be victory formation now. Hickory snaps the ball, takes a knee. And North Lincoln only had 1 timeout, so there's not going to be enough for them to stop the clock here. It's going to run out. But a valiant effort from the Knights and just a fantastic season for them.
No, you only lost to 1 team.
Yeah.
Twice,
and
unfortunately.
boy, you made a game of it the second time. It may not have been the first, but it certainly was. Hickory knows they've been in a battle here, even more so than last week. Letting the play clock run down. 10 seconds on the play clock, 22 on the game clock, so this will be the last snap of the ball game. Stober takes it, takes a knee, turns around, hands it to the referee, and the handshakes are beginning in the center of the field between the linemen. What a ball game here. North Lincoln gave them everything they wanted and more, but the final score is going to be Hickory 49, North Lincoln 46, and that will do it. Hickory advances to the 3A West final. They will take on the winner of Dudley and West Charlotte. Last we saw is West Charlotte. So that will be the final score tonight. And we'll be back with a stadium postgame show brought to you by Glen Oaks Golf Club of Maiden after these timeouts.
Start up the savings on your auto insurance with a stop at Turner Hauser Insurance Group in downtown Lincoln, your area insurance agency. Jamie Hauser invites you to stop in and find out how you can save money on all of your insurance needs, from home to auto to commercial to farm to life. Visit them at their office at 228 East Main Street, downtown Lincoln. Just look for the big blue awning. That's Turner Hauser Insurance Group, your Erie insurance agency. Call 704-732-9577 or visit the website at turnerhauserins.com.
I work my tractors really hard. I get all they've got. I demand as much horsepower as they can possibly give me. I tell you what, I've had these Coyote tractors for probably 10 years now. They've served me well. Been good.
Your Coyote dealer is Weston Sales, Highway 18 North, the 27 West intersection in Vail. For the folks in Cherville and Shelby, I'm sure you remember when the Western Steer was in your town, and we wish they were still here. But I've got good news. There's a Western Steer just a few minutes up the road in Newton. From Cherryville, hop on Highway 321 Business. And from Shelby, go Highway 18 to 10 to Newton. You get real comfort food, home-cooked style with down-home hospitality. Try their big unbeatable buffet or order from their menu. And they've got a party room for big groups. The Western Steer in Newton, 334 Southwest Boulevard in Newton at the Highway 10 and 321 Business intersection. Open Wednesday through Sunday. The red tag sale continues at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC in Lincoln. Now save up to $7,000 off all 2024 Chevy Silverados and GMC Sierras. Also save up to $5,000 on the 2024 Chevy Tahoes. Coming out for all the details, and also all Costco members take $1,000 off. See the all-new 2025 Chevy Trax, Equinox, and Traverse, and the new Buick Enclave and GMC Acadia. Plus Car Bravo pre-owned vehicles. Look for the red tags at Abernathy Chevrolet Buick GMC, 1445 East Main Street, Lincoln. Online at abernathychevrolet.com. The Dodge Black Friday sales event is underway at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Lincoln. Get in on big performance and receive $11,100 total bonus cash allowance on the new 2024 Dodge Durango SRT Hellcat. And if you're a Ford brand owner or leasee, you can get $2,000 bonus cash allowance on a new 2024 Dodge Durango. All during the Black Friday sales event at Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, 1442 East Main Street in Lincoln.
Time now for the Stadium Postgame Show, brought to you by Glen Oaks Golf Club of Maiden. hopefully the weather will warm up so you can head out to Glen Oaks Golf Club or any other golf course at this point. I don't think I'd want to hit a golf ball right now. It's about 28 degrees here in Hickory. You hit it, you're going to know it. That's for darn sure. So anyway, the final score here is 49-46. It's one of those games, you look back on it, and you know North Lincoln's going to go, this penalty here or that little thing there. And that's what happens when you get to this level of the playoffs. It doesn't take much to be a difference. And in the end is 3-point game.
Yeah, kickoff return was one of them as well. Yeah.
The kickoff return.
Just
my
things,
goodness.
little things here and there that just added up. I mean, like I say, it was almost a great effort there by North Lincoln.
What would have been cool is if they could have got the onside kick and got down maybe about 10 yards. Give Jake Dillingham a shot at about a 55-yarder and see if he can make it, because he's got the leg enough.
Absolutely. And we said it was due for one this postseason.
Or, it would have been really neat to see if it came down to that, because he has got enough foot to get it there. But they didn't get the ball. Let's see, who fell on it again? I had
28 or something.
Yeah, it was Darryl Holder.
There.
So Holder falls on it. With only one timeout left, North Lincoln didn't have enough to stop the clock enough times. It ran out, and the final is 49-46, and that puts an end to, I know they're tied for the most wins in a season, but I think this is probably the best season ever for North Lincoln High School. They went the furthest they've ever gone in the playoffs. Back then, they were playing 11 because they were doing the endowment games.
All right.
So they had a shot at getting an extra win. They're tied for the most wins in a season at 12. But they only had 10 regular season games. They had 11 back then. So that team, I forget what year it was, got to the third round of the playoffs. I think Matt Beam was the coach, too, the offensive coordinator over at East Lincoln now. He was the coach. And so then I would say since they got to the fourth round of the playoffs, this is probably the best team North Lincoln's ever put on the field. 26 seniors have now played their final ball game. Boy, they went down with a battle. Hickory knows they were in it. And this looked a lot like the Wes Henderson game last year where they squeaked out a 42-41 win. But, hey, if you're going to go to a title, you see it in these tournaments, you see it in the NCAA tournament. UConn may have won the last 2 years, but there was a game at some point in that run there where, A, they had a close game, and B, Bobby Hurley, or is it Dan Hurley or Bobby? Which one? Danny Hurley. Didn't totally immolate on the sidelines.
He's done that already 4 or 5 times this year.
I don't
already.
think Maui's going to let him back. I mean, if Maui was a foreign country, they'd throw his picture at the border and said, you can't come. After that explosion out there, how can you get upset in Maui? My goodness, it's beautiful out there. I've been there. There's no place prettier on the face of the earth. But that's just the Hurley. What can I say? So anyway, let's do a recap of the game brought to you by Parker Farm Service at Kings Mountain. And if I go through every scoring play, we're going to be here till midnight, so we're not going to do that. But suffice it to say, Hickory got the opening kickoff, went right down the field 90 yards, scored a touchdown, and they never trailed.
Right.
It was close several times, but they never trailed in the ball game. They got a 14-0 lead, and then it just kind of bounced back and forth between 8, 11, 18, back to 11, and then the final margin after the onside kick, they got it down to 3. But Hickory did never trail in the ball game, and we thought they had it wrapped up pretty good with about 7 minutes to go, but North Lincoln had other ideas and came back and really made them sweat down the stretch. I mean, I don't know if you can sweat on a 28-degree night, but North Lincoln certainly made them earn a trip to this regional final next week.
Absolutely. Like I say, and it was, like I say, everybody at North Lincoln should be proud of the season. Like I say, you don't want to hear it now. Like I said, I think we've all kind of been there in that situation where you've had a great season. You think you could have done a little bit more. There's only one team that can finish the season out with a win. But like I say, North Lincoln should be very proud of the season. I've enjoyed it. 6 times in a row. Just watching how much they've.
Just how well they execute.
Right, and and the discipline on them, too. Like I say, they really don't lose their heads. They maintain, like I say, offensively, they just keep doing what they're doing. A couple wrinkles in there. I mean, the the little double pass that we saw there towards the end was
cool.
the wildest play that they've had all year.
Probably.
So that was just awesome to watch. But congratulations to North Lincoln.
Yeah, Coach Basil, Reagan, all the others on the staff that do such a fine job. We thank Coach Reagan. He came up and talked to us at the beginning of the year. And don't forget, Coach Basil missed the first 2 or 3 games because there's some health issues in his family that he needed to attend to. They didn't miss a beat. They came out. Coach Reagan came out, did a fine job. I think you'll hear that he's going to be a head coach here shortly. If not this year, it won't be too much longer. He's too talented and he's too good with what job he does. So let's take a look at some of the we're going to give out some awards here. And we'll start out with the sub of the game, brought to you by Subway of Boger City.
Yeah, like I say, the stat sheet's kind of like, might as well just crumple it up, throw it out. But
especially with Hickory.
Yeah.
I couldn't keep up. I'll admit it.
But like I say, we were into the game pretty well. But it was the adjustment we saw was when North Lincoln kind of went to more of a tight end sort of position. And Aaron Doden came in and did a great job, had a bunch of blocks. Maybe even, if I remember correctly, could have caught a pass here and there that they tried to run. But Aaron Doden came in, played that tight end. And, again, it kind of just opened up some of that outside. And ironically enough, it was for Sight, the quarterback, that was able to kind of find the holes as they were taking away Folk and Agee a little bit. They kind of got Folk and Agee on the counters underneath, again, when Doden was playing a little more of that tight end. But the sub of the game, brought to you by Subway of Boger City, is number 10, Aaron Doden for North Lincoln.
And next up will be the offensive player of the game, brought to you by Rhodes and Beal Oil Company of Lincolnton.
Yeah, again, just a couple guys that we could have picked from. Like I said, Brian Sipe obviously could have been one of these offensive player of the game. But Tim Folk did a fantastic job, not only running the ball, but had a touchdown reception, 2 catches for 25 yards. Just came in and was able to, again, a little different way, counter a little more on the counter on the offensive side, was able to keep Hickory a little bit on their heels when they were trying to stay in the ball game. But Tim Folk did a great job on the offensive side. So our offensive player of the game, brought to you by Rhodes and Beal Oil Company of Lincolnton, is Tim Folk.
And we don't need to forget what they do on the kickoff returns. Folk and Agee both just, okay, I've got the ball, boom, here we come.
Right.
No tricky, just right at you football. And, if they find an opening, and they get some really good returns, and they set them up with good field position, not only tonight, but in all the playoff games and against East Lincoln that we saw at the last game of the regular season. So he is our offensive player of the game, brought to you by Rhodes and Beal Oil Company of Lincolnton. Next up is our defensive player of the game, brought to you by Western Steer Steakhouse of Newton.
Yeah, like I say, Ryan Bassani's done a great job all year. Had a pretty good first half, but player that kind of stood out for us as the game was unfolding was number 15, Cade Sturgill. Had some big defensive stops around the line of scrimmage where it was Lackey or putting pressure on Stober. Had the big sack, and so we kind of decided that Sturgill was awarded. I mean, that was already back, and then they were able to get the ball back on the fake attempt right after that Sturgill sack. So kind of kept him in the game. Again, just one of those little wrinkles. Does a great job, lines up next to Bassani, one of the inside linebackers. And again, we've sort of seen it all season, but definitely in the postseason, the way that they blitz, the way that they kind of feed off each other. And so this week, the defensive player of the game, brought to you again, Western Steer Steakhouse of Newton, is number 15, Cade Sturgill.
And finally, the overall player of the game, brought to you by Abernathy Chevrolet of Lincolnton. And it's a young man that got over a milestone tonight.
Shannon Wingate, yes, congratulations to him. Like I say, if we had 130 yards, we think he needed right about 59.
So he's well over.
So, yeah, about, 71, if we our math is correct with our stats. But, Shannon Wingate, 21 carries, 130 yards, puts him over 2,000, and added 2 more touchdowns on top of his 30, so ends up with 32 touchdowns.
And a 2-point conversion.
Had a 2-point conversion. It ran the ball hard. Like I say, I think that was one of the keys, as well as trying to stop Agee and Folk on the perimeter. But ran very hard all season long, and again tonight. So Shannon Wingett, 130 yards again, 2 touchdowns, overall player of the game, brought to you by Abernathy Chevrolet of Lincolnton.
And we will get to watch him next year. He is just a junior.
Okay.
One of the few juniors with 26 seniors on the North Lincoln team. It's going to look very different next year, but Shannon Wingett and Landon Agee, we know will be back. They are both underclassmen, and so it's going to look different next year for North Lincoln, but there'll be some familiar names here and there. So that will wrap it up here. Again, the final score is 49-46, and that will do it for Lincoln County football here on KTC Broadcasting. We thank all of you who have joined us this year. It's really been fun to go around, see the different schools, and then to see what North Lincoln has done in the playoffs. They really put just a fantastic run together, and they gave Hickory everything they wanted tonight. So we've really enjoyed bringing these games to you. Hope you've enjoyed listening. And we want to thank the following. We want to thank our title sponsor for our games. It's Bug Busters of Lincolnton. And I want to go through and thank all of the sponsors: Full Throttle Power Sports of Lowell, Key Builders of Lincolnton, Power Max Motorsports of Lincolnton, Turner Hauser Insurance, the First Down people, which we said several thousand times this year, Abernathy Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram for sponsoring touchdowns, James River Equipment of Shelby for field goals and PATs and two-point conversions, First Federal Savings Bank with offices in Lincolnton, Boger City, Denver, and West Lincoln for sponsoring our scoreboard. The Stadium Postgame shows brought to you by Glen Oaks Golf Club of Maiden, Parker Farm Service of Kings Mountain, and then our awards sponsors: Subway of Boger City, Rhodes and Beal Oil Company of Lincolnton, Western Steer Steakhouse of Newton, and Abernathy Chevrolet of Lincolnton. We thank all of them for sponsoring Lincoln County football, and we've really enjoyed bringing it to you all year. And we also want to thank everybody back in the studios, Calvin, Kevin, JP, and anybody else helped put the games on. Down on the sidelines tonight, Joanne Wilson was doing stuff for whatsupshopper.com. But we've had a blast doing these games. This is the second year Scott and I have worked together. It's been so much fun. You get some innate references at some point during the games. That's just how our brains work, or not work, however you want to label it. But we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast. We've enjoyed bringing them to you. And again, thank you for joining us, and we'll be signing off for the 2024 season. I'm Dave Potter. He's Scott Tudor. Thank you for joining us. Good night, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year. We'll see you next year.
Bye-bye.
Call Bean Brothers Landscaping in Lincoln and ask about their lawn care agreements for both residential and commercial, starting at $199 per month, including mowing, edging, string trimming, and blowing. Silver, gold, and platinum packages are available on a 12-month agreement, including 41 yearly visits, 30 weekly March through September, 11 off-season visits during October through February. And they'll even clean out your flower beds. Call Bean Brothers Landscaping at 704-718-4988, 969 Reachville Road in Lincoln, online at beanbrotherslandscaping.com. Like them on Facebook, too.
For your pest control for your home or business, who you going to call? Bug Busters. For over 25 years, they've been serving North and South Carolina with the best in professional pest control. Family and veteran owned and operated. From crawl space encapsulation to termites to wildlife to pest control to structural repair to waterproofing. They do it all. Call 704-732-2227. Online at bugbusters.com. Like them on Facebook, too. Who you going to call? Bug Busters.
Check out the CF Moto All-Cylinder Sales Event at Full Throttle Power Sports in Lowell. Get financing as low as 0.99% or rebates up to $1,500. And that's not all. Get Honda bonus bucks. Get up to $1,000 on accessories or a Honda Care protection, or use it for your down payment. But that's not all. Ask about the Yamaha Holiday Let's Ride Sales Event. Get up to $2,000 in customer cash on select models. It's your choice at Full Throttle Power Sports, 100 Indian Walk in Lowell. Online at ncfullthrottle.com.
You can book your tee times online at the Glen Oaks Golf Course in Maiden. Just go online at glenoaksgolf.com. Pick out your tee time and book it. Check out their pro shop, snack bar, driving range, and banquet hall. And memberships are available. For more information, call 828-428-2451. Or again, go online at glenoaksgolf.com and like them on Facebook too. For over 60 years, Honda Motorcycles of Shelby has been serving this area, and they continue to do so today. Right now, you'll find a good inventory of dirt bikes, plus 150 and up to 450 models of on- and off-road bikes. See the new 2024 Honda Rebel, along with 4x4 ATVs and side-by-sides, including the Pioneer and the Talon, plus Gold Wings and Trikes. And don't forget about their parts and service department. That's Honda Motorcycles of Shelby, 4402 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at HondaMotorcyclesofShelby.com.